Hola. What's up, Jaden?
No, electric train.
Your electric train. Electric train Jaden.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my
Hello.
daddy.
What's up, my
Say
baby?
what's up. Say what's up. Say what's up.
Hi.
Is it people talking to you on the TV?
Neighbor, what do we on TV?
Are you talking here? Say what's up.
What's up? What's up, my neighbor? What's up?
What's up, Jaden? What up, little
What's up?
Jay? How are you, mister?
Drinking coffee. Daddy,
Papa's drinking coffee.
coffee.
Yes.
Yum.
All right, Daddy's gonna hang out with students for a little bit, and then we're just together all weekend together. Okay, come on, come on. Daddy's gonna hang out with students for a little bit. We're gonna need some breakfast. Okay.
Get on the train.
Oh, what?
Get on the train. Get on
All the trash cans outside.
the train. Get on the train.
Trash cans. Oh yeah, there's trash all over the ground outside.
Yo, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is there a push to talk function with Zoom?
No, just unmute yourself whenever.
Oh, okay. Let me know if you get feedback through my speakers.
Yeah, we're loud and clear so far.
Oh, you don't hear yourself or coming back through?
No, all good.
All right, bro. What's happening, man? What's happening?
It's just chilling, just chilling. Nice Friday. Nice stress-free trade today. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, I had like a double money printer going this morning, huh?
Yeah.
Same thing that you went over yesterday, actually, where you were talking about which order block to take it from when there's one behind another.
Yeah. Yeah, the repeating phenomenon that we wait for, the patient wait.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we came up for a shy stop hunt here and nice displacement, taking out these swing lows here. And then I mentioned once we took those out, I was waiting for a retracement. Got a little dab into this fair value gap, which is an institutional order flow entry drill. And then it sold off for liquidity down here. Now I was aiming for down here. This is our discount targets. And who knows if we're going to get them. But bias for the day so far correct. And when I'm so you guys know, when I'm looking at lower targets, and we get our entry model here, I'm always take profit at opposing swing lows. So once I was in here, I didn't even take any off there. It just snapped down. So I took 4 off right away when it hit that little bugger right there. And then I moved my stop loss up, and this guy got me out of the trade, which is cool. And so far,
What time frame do you use to look at the other swing lows? 5 minute?
yeah, 15, 5 minute. And so we kind of sat in this accumulation range for a bit, and we took out the top end of it. So I would normally say we're going to come down here, but it looks like this breaker's holding. We got a swing low on there, and also in the 1 hour time frame, we've got a bullish order block right here. So I would like to see this not traded down, and that's giving me a direction bias, at least for the PM session. Maybe come up here somewhere and come grab this double top here, maybe. And then, of course, I see it both ways. In the 15 minute, we got a bearish order block. So we just kind of got to play it by ear, go with the order flow. And yeah. So just for now, we got to fight this fair value gap here. And if we've got bullish order flow, we'll snap right through this sucker. Got a bullish order block right here, which is inside of another order block. So, and which is inside of another order block. So this could be a propulsion block, and we could get a nice smack up here.
There's a daily volume imbalance up there. Around 970 is the bottom on the daily.
This guy here?
No, higher.
Hiya.
Yeah, we wicked right through it.
Oh, this guy, yeah, she was reached. That was the draw on liquidity from
That was a news play.
our bottom here.
So what happens when you have, because there's no candle body across it, right? You just have a wick through it. So
Yeah, so she's been priced too.
Okay, so it's priced too without having a body close across it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not exactly balanced yet, but we use it as a means of targets or entries. So yesterday we closed this guy a swing high here in our premium market. So for the next couple of weeks, I'll be anticipating lower prices as long as this wick remains intact. If we take this out, that'll change everything.
Yeah, I have marked on mine 913 for a level that it hasn't been closing any candle bodies over on the 1 hour at all.
Sweet.
Actually, that's where I got my short from this morning.
Nice. Nice. It took me a second to realize who you were. Right on, JT.
Yeah. I'm actually off today, so I usually don't get a chance to talk on here and shit. So I'm actually trading from home for once.
Oh, right on. Well, instead of the alien hunting, we're gonna flip cop cars today.
All right, let's do that.
So I want to take your guys' attention to gold futures. GCZ 2023. And this guy was able to make a couple $100 this morning off this sucker playing this bearish breaker. Maybe it was the 1 hour. Yeah, this guy right here. So the gold futures chart actually moves quite nice in the 1 hour time frame. It's one of the cleanest charts I've seen in a while. You got your double bottom here, takes it out, bullish breaker, comes down to 786, snaps up for liquidity. Same thing, double bottom, takes it out, snaps up for liquidity. And now we got what looks like a market structure shift in the 1 hour time frame. And yeah, I was able to make a couple bucks off this guy this morning, checking it out. Not many futures platforms offers gold futures, but I know that Top Step does. So you'll be seeing this in my charts. Sammy's just butthurt. He broke his rules and traded today, aped in on that pump.
He so is.
He's messaging me. He's like, we are all impulses. What can he do? The key is not to lose a lot. Don't break the rules. I was like, no, don't take it.
I'm not gonna front. I try to mitigate when he went crazy on the live.
Oh, yeah?
I did. Luckily, I'm still at 0 liquidation, but you know,
Well, that's good.
I'll trust myself from now on.
So yeah, this thing just ended up rocketing and left a vacuum block here. So I was just like, he's like, oh, I'm gonna. He like got in way up here. I'm like, oh, dude, like, I'm just sitting there, and of course, I can't tell him what to do. It's just like, so I said, I messaged him. I said, unicorn fair value gap. You got a high, lower low, higher high. Wait for this sucker. Wait for that guy. Even this guy is a good support level. Now you're making the money printer model here. Could get a nice push up. He should have just held on to it. And like she just came right, like this is what I was looking at. That low here, and then this high here comes down, touches the 786. And I'm like, yeah, that's the daily bottom. Market structure shifts. So we got a money printer model in here, 786 right there as well. So you've got a 786 inside of a 786, and then it just snaps up for liquidity. That was beautiful. Textbook cream algorithmic play.
Hey, friend,
Yo.
I'm not trading on Fridays, but this morning I got in with $1 and I mitigated to $10 right before it right before that pump. And then I'm trying to get out like in profit because I was up like $60, and then the thing starts coming down so fast. Every time I put the order in, the candle was just below that. Like $23 though, and then watching the live, and as soon as Sam went in and with the long, I actually went short. It dropped, so I paid like another $5 or something.
Nice.
But I'm not trading on Fridays.
Well, when you have unemployment claims on Thursday, and there's no Fed folders, and like you can see how the week's been kind of lame since, well, Thursday, the unemployment claims, we did basically nothing. Wednesday, it was kind of trendy, it was decent. But Fridays are permitted to trade if you've got no Fed folders and and Thursday was the unemployment claims. So, it's just like we don't trade Mondays or Fridays unless we can trade Mondays when there's non-farm payroll on Friday, right? And when there's unemployment claims on Thursday, we can trade Fridays. That's when you get really nice, predictable, nice flowing moves. Like just look at yesterday, for example. Okay. There was no reason to be in these markets. It was just literally seek and destroy all day. Went for highs, went for lows, and then petered off and did nothing. This is what we want to stay the hell out of, 100%. But then when it's a permitted trading day, look at how nice everything is flowing. It's all smooth. It's making sense. Price is doing what it's supposed to. These are the days we wait for right here. This is what we're waiting for, is the AAA top rank, easy, just, hey, there it is. Let's take a trade. Not, oh, is that it? Is that it? Your model's got to give you a good shot to the chops, and then you hit it back, right? It's like self-defense mode. And these are the days we wait for. So I do see this fair value gap getting closed above half, which is really nice. So it's been balanced. And we would like to see a push off of this order block. This candle here is now overlapping with this wick here. So there's no fair value gap. So we like to see a nice pop up here. I'd like to see this liquidity grab by 130 at the earliest, or yeah, at the earliest. And maybe we even come up to this. This is kind of where I'm targeting here. Right here. Oops. And what will change this entire game is if we smash through this order block right here. And definitely this order block here. Patience pays. Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations to Jacob for getting funded. Right on, buddy. Are you here? No, he's not here yet. Congratulations on your skills, buddy. If you're watching this in the future, right on. And good to see people are following the
Order canceled.
Oh, that was definitely JT.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we're going up now. I'm not shorting.
Yeah. I had a short, I still have one open. I just closed one. I have a short at 895.50, but it's a scalp really. So it's just an area I think that'll go to. I could get 5 points from.
Right on.
We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. So yeah, gold futures, man, what a nice clean chart. The 1 hour chart is just, it sings a beautiful tune. It's really wild and it swings. So like, it's, we need movement to make money, obviously, right? So just while we're waiting for this now, I might take a short trade at around 2. But I would like to see that liquidity grab first. Oops.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice it's definitely emotions and just I truly felt it. Like last night I got into the NZD and the New Zealand dollar. I was like, you know what, let me just put emotions aside and just place the damn thing. And I woke up to gains. That was such a great feeling.
Nice.
My struggle is not trading. I'll be real.
Yeah, mine too, bro. So here we got Monday coming up, Tuesday making a lower high for the week. So this is our type 2 model, right? Where you got your delayed protraction, not a manipulation phase. Hits the 786 nicely and blasts off for the week. Thursday making Friday made the high for the week. Very nice. And then Wednesday, that retracement into Thursday was just gorgeous. And it came down to the 618 and freaking mooned. And then of
Hey,
course,
friend,
yeah.
would gold that be also a gentleman's market?
Gold? No.
I didn't think so.
No, the
Sorry to
futures,
interrupt.
it's all good. The futures, yes, because there's no spread. There's a bid and an ask, but there's no spread like there is in the Forex.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Cool. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. So then Monday, consolidation. Tuesday makes another. Asia makes that 786 retracement, and then this breaker block right here and this order block. This is exactly what's going on in NASDAQ right now. Breaker comes down to the order block and freaking blasts off. So like this market moves really nice. Really nice. And then so Tuesday made the lower high for the week, and then Thursday and Friday again making the high for the week. Just a nice, clean, moving chart. And then so we got seek and destroy profile for this entire week. And then Friday makes a blast, pretty typical. So Tuesday still made the low of the week, and Friday made the high, you know, still doing its thing. The more I look at this, the more I love it. Another, yeah, it's kind of a seek and destroy profile, but still a little bit trendy. Wednesday making the low of the week. Excuse me, I got a student here calling me. Hey, buddy.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Sorry about that.
Testing, testing.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just talking with a potential new student. You guys might have another friend coming on in. Just give me a minute.
I guess we could chat. How y'all doing?
What up? What
You
up?
doing good?
Dude, the hardest thing for me is holding. I see the money and it's like, screw that. I'm not used to being in profits, man. Till I met Master Friend. I'm not even gonna front.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, but then you see, like yesterday on when was it? Yesterday or the day before, when Bitcoin pumped crazy, I was in the boiler room of my dealership. Like, I saw the profits and I took it. And if I held, it hit my projection, I would have added a 0 to my to what I made. But and it's crazy. Like, I've seen that video he put out 2 times, and it's like I'm just trying to let it sink in, you know?
Yeah.
Which one? The psychology video?
Yeah, that one.
Been trying to let that one sink into. It's kind of weird.
But then,
'cause I
like,
was like trying to keep my mind occupied away from the charts, and then he says that, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe that's a sign.
like this morning I'm sure you guys saw it posted at the NZD. I was up, and then I was like, I'm gonna hold, and then I saw it drop, and I was like, screw that. I took it, and then it kept dropping. So I'm like, damn, I went against what he said. But then again, had I not taken it, I would have lost. So it's like, yeah, it's a process. As long as we ain't losing, I'm okay.
Quick question, you guys. Where are you guys learning all these models like the Matilda, the 2022, and this and that? Like, because I've been on here like a lot, and I never see like explanations as to what a Matilda even is, or all the other models. And I looked through the one-on-one video, and I couldn't find anything either. I watched that like 3 or 4 times.
I think he went over the Matilda, like he just showed us.
Yeah, the Matilda I learned through Friend, and then the 2022 I learned through the ICT video. Like right before he retired, he put a post up on it, and I don't know why. That's the one that sinks in the most for me. So if you look at those 2022 models, I think that's where you can find the shorting one, the 2022, and then the Matilda Friend explained it, and I screenshot it. And I went back into the charts and tried to find it. And that's how I educated myself. So just go in the chart, know what it is first, and then go back in the charts and try to keep finding them. And then I think your brain will psychologically just be like, you'll just see it eventually, you know?
Yeah, that's what happened with the money printer, but I knew exactly what I was looking for because, the whole video was dedicated specifically to that one model. So I just took it and ran with it, and yeah, it's pretty good.
Here, if you ask Friend today, maybe he'll show it one more time and just take notes, and screenshot it as he's doing it, and then I think that'll be cool.
Cool. Appreciate it,
Because
everybody.
that man he's so freaking clutch, man. You ask him for anything and he's just there, man. I don't know how he does it. I'm trying to do the NZD this morning. Then I forgot about Bitcoin, whatever. Then I'm looking at NQ and I'm trying to like press buttons on 2 different phones and computers. I don't know how the hell these men are trading 2, 3, 4 different pairs at a time. Like, that's a gift.
For real.
Yeah, I was in earlier, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I opened up a short on the yen and the Canadian dollar. And I just let them ride all day. And I made a pretty good amount, but it was just crazy having a trade open that long.
But it's also nice being able to live life and then you come back to the phone and you make money. You know, like this morning when I woke up and I saw that little gain, I was like, I got paid to sleep.
Yeah, that's nice. And I've
You
noticed
know?
too sometimes, like, for me, I can go to bed at certain, like, if I go to bed at 12, sometimes I can get like a move for some profit by the time that I wake up in the morning. But I have to wake up and like take the profit right then.
I've noticed when if I open a trade, I wake up at 4:45 my time, 5:45 New York time. And for some reason, that's the time to take profits and it usually dips.
Yeah.
But I think the not caring part is clutch. The less you care is like the easier this stuff is, man. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
for
you just
sure.
got to be like, well, I set my stop loss or whatever. Like, it is what it is. It's either going to play out or it's not. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no problem doing that in dip.
Ace, quit.
I guess it was because it wasn't my money, you know. But now that it's my money, like the dude was saying, as soon as I'm in profit, I'm taking my money. I don't care how much it does after that.
Here, I'm legit looking at my NZD trade right now. And I got out, got back in, got out, got in. I'm like, man, I'm like, oh, it's because it's Friday. Bullshit, it's me, man. It ain't because it's Friday, it's me. I'm looking at this right now. I would have been up twice as much had I just like left it alone. I'm up, thank God. But had I just not touched the damn thing, I'd be straight. But the emotions, you know? So I really am self-reflecting like crazy these last few days, and I gotta curb it. I gotta curb it.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do lately too. That's why I haven't really been as active. I've been trying to just work on mental stuff.
Here,
Yeah.
I'll be real with y'all. I've been
And it's
smoking
hard to
some
do
bud
it
for
when
over.
like,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, I'll fully admit, and I've been smoking bud for over 20 years of my life, and today I make 14 days. The longest I've gone before this was 6 days, and
Oh, easy, easy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, maybe you know.
Oh, you say you smoke less?
No, I cold turkey stop, bro. Like it's been
Oh,
today at 8 p.m. makes 14 days.
Damn.
gotcha.
Do you think that makes your trading like more stressful when you're not?
You know what? I'm not gonna blame my buddy because you know we've been friends for over 20 years, and I've had the most profitable weeks I've ever had since trading, and I don't know if I want to credit that, but and then Snoop follows my lead yesterday. I'm like, damn, Snoop is following what I'm doing.
Yeah, every
It'll
time
clear
I
your
quit,
head.
everything gets better.
That's my third time quitting though, fourth time quitting though. So you know.
Yeah. Every
Chacho,
time I quit,
I don't know.
everything gets better.
To be paused. Pause for now.
Good to clear your head every
The
once in a while.
weed whenever I like the weed for like when you're not trading. Just kind of helps you like take your mind off of it. For me personally.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I just need to be in the charts all the time, and that's not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm just excited. I'm starting a new journey, man. I don't know if you guys saw that post. I've been working for a company for 12 years, man. And like, I got 1 week left, and finally, I'm going to be able to work on myself. And I'm excited because I got notes on like napkins and screenshots and texting myself. So I'm excited to just put all that together. You know what I mean? Like,
I love that post, man. I love that post.
That was from the heart, man. That was from the heart, guys.
Wait, where did you put that? I haven't read it yet.
I haven't seen it.
In the testimony?
It was like 4 days ago. I was at the gym, and then I think it was who was it that was ready to jump off the ledge a few days ago? Was it Jay?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's you, Jay?
No, this is Joe O.
Oh, Joey, man, you're my inspiration, my guy.
I finally found a working like headset, so maybe I'll chime in a bit more.
That's nice. What's up. Yeah, but you know, it's like it sucks, man. You put your all into someone, and it's like you're just a fucking number. You know, I made these people so much money, and for them to not appreciate what I do is like, you know what? I'd rather take a risk than to live my life in regret later on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I did. So
I mean, hell, I grew up poor, so what,
If you're not willing to go too far, you'll never go far enough.
Ooh, love it. Yes, sir.
Yep. Gotta take that first step, you know.
Yeah, I mean, my mama raised 3 on her own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fortunate enough. Like I told her, and I made her cry. I didn't have Jordans, but I had Spanish. Like, I'm bilingual. That was a big advantage in the business I'm in. But you know, like I have a lot of encouragement. Everyone's like, bro, you've succeeded at everything you've tried. This ain't gonna be nothing different. And then to have you guys, man, real talk. Like all my coworkers are like ready to leave with me. I'm like, just like, because you know, you see someone successful leaving. Like, why the hell are you leaving? And it's like, bro, I told them my coworkers are digital now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you guys. Like, to be able to, as a man, to sit here and express yourself and not hold back, and you get words of encouragement by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And we all know Master Friend's doing it out there. You know what I'm saying? So to know you got Mr. Miyagi on your side, come on, man. There's no way we could fail. No way.
Yeah, we all the kids out here.
Yeah. You know? And I know it's not going to be picture perfect, but health, like Sammy says, think of the worst day you've had in your life. It cannot be worse than that. So let's go.
Yeah, true.
As long as the kids have food, I'm all good.
Yeah, man.
Vámonos.
Dale.
You already know. So, love learning. We love you. I know you around here.
I'm listening to you guys. You give me such joy listening to you guys. Oh my gosh. It's just a wonderful journey to be sharing with all of you. You know, I had that same experience. I dove into the 2016 first episode, you know, and gosh, I was up till like 3 o'clock making notes from it because it just confirmed what I had grasped from what Friend's been, teaching us this whole time, because there were some blurry places all over the place and gaps in my understanding of what I'm seeing as he's moving around the chart. So I went to sleep. I said, I know I have a bias that it's going to come down. So I left it as a short, and I get up to take care of the cat again, and it's plus 600. And it brought me back to a place where, because I made this vow that this first week, I wanted to keep my 100K paper trade, right? And not go below it. And if possible, make 1,000, right? That was just sort of my own little game I was playing with myself. So it got stuck. My computer froze, and I'm hitting to get out of the trade, and it will not get out of the trade. And I'm clicking it. Finally, it comes out. I still have the 600, right? And I reboot the computer because I'm thinking possibly that's the issue. And it comes back on BTC, and I don't know it. I thought it was back on NQ. And all of a sudden, Bitcoin just goes nuts. And it totally took a gain. And so although, you're, like you said, you're going back and forth, and to me, my learning curve is just so rich and thick right now that it's okay. I'm glad to be back at my 100,000 0 point, right? Because I'm so fulfilled for what I've learned for these last 4 to 5 days. So, to hear you guys is just such a joy, because we have something so special here to be sharing this journey of growth together. I mean, where else? As far as I've been around a lot of people, entrepreneurs all over the country over the years, traveled city to city, and like groups, the tightness of this group is so unbelievable and so nurturing and supportive. It's like nothing I've ever experienced, and it just brings me to tears. The beauty of this group as as this family, you know, as it's growing. So anyway, I won't keep going on, but thank you so much for letting me share that with you.
Big hugs to you, Love Learning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
Sensei, you back? I see that car spinning.
Yeah, I think he flipped it.
I got 2 newbies in the group, one for Sam, one for Master Friend this week. I'm gonna keep getting them in here. Yeah, this morning, I'll keep chatting, why not? This morning I had to drop off my daughter at school, and I've never taken her late to school. Today I almost made it late because I was like, do I close the trade? Because I didn't have the login on my phone, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna take the leap of faith. I was down $300, came back, and mind you, this is my evaluation account, and luckily I was up 200. I was freaking out. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, and that's the mental game again.
Wow.
She made it on time, by the way.
Hey, just a public service announcement for everybody. If you pay for Top Step with PayPal, they take it out a day before the rebill.
That day they had the $11 account, I tried to get it and it just would not let me. So I'm waiting for that Black Friday. I'm sure there's gonna be something.
Yeah, I tried to cancel mine the day before, and PayPal takes it out the day before, so they gave me a free reset. So that's cool.
Nice.
Not that I blew the account. I didn't blow the account or anything.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm telling you, that's like my baby. Like I'm willing to lose my own person. No. I'm treating that more respectfully than my own account, which is nuts to me. But granted, is more opportunity, right? If you hit that 50 grand for me personally, so that's why.
Yeah.
If you take
Trying to get on
advantage of,
Joe's level, man.
if you take advantage of one of those Black Friday specials, but you're not ready to do any eval, can you just keep the account over there until you're ready to use it?
Yes, I believe so. I don't think the countdown starts till you put in your first trade, but if you
Oh.
do take the whole 30 days, then it will bill you.
Yeah, I
And
think
please
really?
correct me if I'm wrong, anyone.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I think it's like once a month they bill you for
Yeah,
however
once
long
you
you keep it open.
correct. Yep.
But I think like once you pass, you don't have to pay it anymore, correct?
Yeah, they take away the subscription fee after you pass, and then it's just on you.
Do you get reimbursed the original fee?
No,
Probably.
I don't think so. I think some of them reimburse you if like you pass on your first payout potentially, like maybe Apex does that, but I don't think Top Step does.
Now, how does that work? After, let's say I hit my $3,000 and then I'm funded, there's a 2-week delay before you can withdraw any funds, correct?
That I don't know. What there is you have to have 5 trading days of over 200 plus, and then you're eligible to withdraw 50% of your payout. If you wait 30 days, they'll give you 100% access to whatever you made. So yeah, I'm not positive you have to wait the 2 weeks. I think you're allowed to with like 4 payouts per month, something like that. I don't know. My goal is to try to make it the full 30 days, so I've just been slowly chipping away to hit 30.
I forgot. So you have to trade 5 days in a week, correct?
It doesn't have to be in a week. It just has to be 5 days total of 200 plus. So I mean, you could take 1 trade a week, 2 trades a week, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. You just have to have a total above. Yeah, you just have to have 5 trading days of 200 plus.
Okay.
And that's after you pass your evaluation.
Correct.
And then
Oh
so
man, I was freaking out because it took me like 2 days to take my second trade on my demo. Okay.
No, yeah, you can take as much time as you want with it. Again, it could be. I mean, you could place 1 trade a month, as long as you get your 5. But again, they only let you take 50% of the payout unless you have 30 winning days of over 200 plus.
Sweet.
It doesn't have to be consecutive.
so you have to show consistency for a while.
Yeah, if you want 100% of the funds, yeah, you got to go for the 30.
So I guess that
Hopefully,
comes
a year
back
from
to
now, they'll
having.
have like a. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess we just have to have our rules dialed like pretty good. Like you have to be nearly perfect for 30 days.
Maybe when we're all killing it, we can have like one of those math meets where the purple gang will join a contest and we could like win a super prize of money.
So what I'm trying to do is like I have a 150K account that I passed. That's the one I'm trying to get 30 days total on, but I have a 50K account which is eligible for payout. And I'm going to take it on that one before just to like make it real, just take the 50%, but I'm shooting for the 30 on that bigger account.
Well, you just got to see on your Letterman.
So could you explain that again? So like say you pass your 50K account, 100K account, whatever.
Sure.
And then you have to have, so if you don't, like, if you're just like slowly making money and slowly increasing, but you're not, making $200 a day for 30 days, you could still take out 50% of it.
Only, so you have to hit 200 at least 5 times to then, so say you hit, right, you have 5 trading days, you hit 200 each 5 days, now you're eligible for payout. You'll get 50% of that. So let's just say it was $1,000. You're eligible for 500. Now, if you had a day where you only made $100, that wouldn't count towards like your total. But you'd
And
still be eligible for payout.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Okay, so it's just 5 days in 30 days. Or am I
Yeah.
missing something?
No. It's 5 days to get 50% out like the first time. But if you have what I believe 30 days of trading, you don't request a payout and you go all 30 green days, again, it doesn't have to be consecutive, then you can request 100% of the payout.
So if you got 15 green days and, a few red days, then you're obviously not eligible.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
For the 100%. Yeah. You'd have to
Only
have
50.
30 green days. And again, you could still take losses in there as soon as, but if you have 30 total days of over 200 plus, then you could get the 100% payout.
And take profit trader, they don't have no restrictions. You can just take your money out the next day after you're funded.
That's awesome.
Which one's that? Take profit?
Take profit trader, yeah, they're doing pretty good.
Are you still rolling with them, friend?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just about past that evaluation, so
That's awesome.
And you could use TradingView for that?
yeah, everything links right up to TradingView.
Oh yeah.
So we got a couple of new guys in here just checking it out. And I just wanted to, brag that we called out this breaker block here from this guy here. And this was my targets up here. So the cop car has been flipped. Sorry, Jay, we're lighting that on fire. And let's reevaluate what's going on here. But I don't want to kill your conversation. Keep going.
I want to hear more about this take profit trader.
Yeah,
I thought you said
that's
there
all
was
I got
something.
out of everything. Take profit.
Right. But didn't you post something, friend, about like their reset fee was like $1,400 or some nonsense like that?
So it is pretty lame, but if you don't want to go through the evaluation process again, then you can, if you blow your live account, you can reset it at a hefty ass fee and not have to go through the evaluation process again.
Okay.
So it's good, but it's bad at the same time. But
Right.
For you, Joe, you got your emotions handled and you're killing it, dude. So, that won't be a problem for you.
Yeah, hopefully not. I've been trying to get better about it. I grew up, you guys had that conversation yesterday about like gambling and all that. I grew up around, my dad was a full-blown hardcore degenerate gambler. So I watched him my entire life just do horrible things. So when I see something like this, it's just very easy for me to be like, you're good, man. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
Literally helping to pay the mortgage when I was in high school because he would blow like whatever and gamble away literally everything.
Jeez.
Yep.
Yeesh.
That take profit trader though, if you just did another evaluation, that would only be like the $50 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Or do you
exactly.
have
But
to-
you'd have to go through the entire process of getting funded again. Right?
But you have to do that with other ones anyway, no?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we flip this sucker, if she wants to get animated this afternoon, we could come and balance out this inefficiency up here. Depending what we do when we get to this level here, do we get a sharp projection or do we snap right through it? That'll be the telltale sign of what's going to happen next. But yeah, no, every single prop firm has their own stupid rules, and it's just a matter of trading one stupid rule for the less stupid one. So like Apex is lame. You have to have 10 trading days before you can claim a payout. All right. And that means that you have to make a trade every day. Well, that's not productive for a professional trader. We don't want to be trading every single day. Top Step, yeah, you have to have $200 for 5 trading days. Now, it doesn't have to be in a row, but you have to have 5 trading days of $200. Then you can request a payout. And then Take Profit Trader, they're like, oh, you're funded. Oh, you made 10 grand here. You can take whatever. But you got to leave yourself a buffer. If you take out all of your earnings, you're just closing the account. So if you make $10,000 on your $100,000 account, well, your drawdown remains static to your account size, which was 100 grand, right? It no longer trails you after you reach a certain profit target. So if you make $10,000, you got to leave yourself a buffer in there to allow yourself some drawdown. And that's on any account, right? Now with FTP, there's no withdrawal restrictions at all. That's for Forex though, not futures. So, you can get funded, make money, and then take it out the next day. And, some have activation fees, some are more, some are less. FTP doesn't have an activation fee. You just pass your eval and they give you your account, which is awesome in my opinion. And so, yeah, let's go. We got these new guys here. Let's go through that trade this morning in the 5-minute time frame. And this was, I'm not going to be a signals guy, but, I give you stuff to look out for in the group. So this morning we're looking for our setup, which is at 7 a.m. We got the green lit and we're waiting for the stop hunt. So this would be a stop hunt here. You've got equal highs right here. Price comes up, takes that liquidity out. This snap down right here, this candle right here.
Wants to smell the food though.
When we're trading right here, I'm going to turn that video box off real quick. Just so if you guys are watching this in record mode, you don't have that video panel there. So when you've got an uptrend, you've got lower low, higher high, higher low, higher highs. So what makes this an uptrend? Well, the fact that swing highs keep getting blown out by price action and your swing lows are intact. So your swing lows are intact until this guy right here and this guy right here. This candle snaps down. This is called displacement. And this is showing institutional funds. This is them showing their hand. They can't hide from us in moving averages. All the stuff that, people have on their charts, they may be good with it, but, this is precision at its best. This candle here is institutional funds showing us a willingness to go lower. Takes out that swing low. This is a market structure shift. So this went from an uptrend to a downtrend. Now this fair value gap here is an inefficiency, and it's inefficiency in buy side. So this is a sell side candle, and this would be a buy side candle. So when this wick here and this wick here does not overlap, this is an inefficiency in buy side delivery. So as price comes up, it wicks into the inefficiency ever so gently. And when we were here, I said in the group, I'm looking for a means of a retracement to engage with. That little tap into the fair value gap was enough to send this right down to liquidity. Where is liquidity? Well, it's logical that traders who are long have their stop losses underneath a swing low, which is called a swing stop. So that swing stop is where traders have their stop losses if they're long, and they're in the form of a sell stop. So we're dragging out this inefficiency here because this is a target. It's not only a target, it can be a entry as well. So as price was here and I said, I'm looking for a means of a retracement, bang, short here. And I showed this in the group. You all seen my trade, bang, right to the inefficiency that's underneath the swing low. So there's a pool of liquidity in here. This is what the market makers do. And as you can see from here, this swing low, bang, targets reach flawlessly. The market makers are after liquidity. They generate and run it out. That's what they do. That's what all these markets do. They turn on a freaking dime, and they don't turn on a dime from just anywhere. So what happens is we take our fibs and we frame the idea with our Fibonacci. Now, normally I'm not using the wicks. I'm using the bodies of the candles, and it slams right into our 786 retracement. Grabs all this liquidity from underneath this swing low here, and then runs up for all the liquidity at the double top, right? Double tops reverse price sometimes, and the books tell you that it reverses price. So if you're in this short here and you haven't paid yourself, you're most likely been stopped out. And this is all you need, is a one little tick in there, because they're cramming their stop losses as tight as they can here. And as I was saying, once we get to this level, what happens? Do we get a sharp rejection and take out that swing low for a displacement like this guy here? Or do we snap up for this here? So we just watch price action and we let it tell us what it's going to do. And this is what we do every single day, except for non-permitted trading days. Now, yesterday it was a big mess and there was no reason to be in the markets. And this
I don't have one.
Sorry, Marcel, you're muted. And yeah, so Wednesday was a nice trade. I called this out in the group as well. It was a very, very stress-free trade. And it played out exactly the way just this morning played out. You had a massive displacement. You had a retracement, comes up, and in the 15-minute time frame, this makes a lot more sense for Wednesday. So it's, we got to be traveling through our time frames. So you've got your fair value gap here. And after this displacement leg here, taking out swing lows, we are looking for a means of a retracement. Now, this would have been an entry as well. However, it did come back up here for one more liquidity grab. So we got these equal highs up here. So there's liquidity here, because you got to think about it like a retail trader. What are they doing? Well, they're trading breakouts. Where are their stops? Well, they're terrified and they're emotional. So they're cramming them right here. This is all the algorithm needed to come and grab their stops and then run out sell side liquidity. So this is what we look for every single day. This phenomenon repeats every day. Even in this trash, it's still repeating. And I'll show you, and I'm going to get rid of, all this. We'll do this all again. So you have your stop hunt here. You have your swing break here. So you got to think about it like a retail trader, but we're basically trading into them. So you've got your accumulation range right here. So what this does is accumulates both buy side and sell side stop losses. It takes out one side of the range and then rips for the other. So what we are doing as algorithmic traders is looking for the retracement. Okay, now this is a Fed day. It's unemployment claims. You're going to get retracements deeper than you'd like. And as long as you are anticipating that, you don't mind that this comes down. We permit price to come against us. Okay, if we take out this swing low, we're wrong. So after this touches our 786 retracement, this is an entry, stop loss below here. And we will measure and see right from the 786 right up to, let's say we took out that high there. Okay, so that high did get taken out and it didn't make a swing high until this candle. So this is 217 ticks. Now at one contract, you can multiply that by $5. So that's it's just over $1,000 just in this little move right here. That's all you need. You don't need, I teach my students to target 40 ticks per day just to start with, just to get used to the setup. So there's 52 ticks right there. Okay, one contract at 40 ticks is $200. Okay, what is it going to take for you to claim success as a trader? If you want to be a day trader, targeting 40 ticks is stupid easy to do, especially playing candlesticks the way that we do. So to turn this up a notch without even doing fibs, we look at this down close candle as an order block. Okay, an order block is just a change in the state of algorithmic price delivery. It has nothing to do with the orders, the amount of orders, who's ordering. It's just the algorithm is offering sell side and it's offering buy side. So this order block is where it changes the state of delivery. So it was offering sell side and then it starts offering buy side. So once we have our market structure shift, which is this swing high here being taken out with energy here, we are anticipating higher prices. So this comes down into the order block. Look at how it wicks into that order block perfectly before traveling to the upside for the liquidity up here. Okay, this isn't a trending model. It's a seek and destroy profile. And this is why it's very important for us algorithmic traders who will have a very, very hyper precise skill to be content with enough every day. The problem isn't the TA because it's very easy to do. It's very easy to see. The problem is stopping. Can you stop after you're like, wow, that was really easy. I'm just going to keep going just because. No, you can't do that. These markets run on a liquidity schedule. They are going to run out liquidity at specific times of day. So between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. every day, you're going to get a liquidity run. Okay. There's liquidity under here. When did price run?
I shared something with you there to show you because I was doing it. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah, bro. What's up, Glenn? Welcome.
I put it in the chat because I was doing contracts and just showing you chasing the shorts and longs there, how I was losing and then I wicked up. But I just wanted to share based on what we talked about, how that one candle that wicked offset some of those. But absolutely what you're saying is true. It seems every time you get a direction, they come and sweep the opposite way. It's no matter. It's so ridiculous. But sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to share with real information. What I shared was, Femex perpetual contracts being traded at that time and small stop losses.
Yeah, man, that's exactly it. And we are literally, and I'm not being rude to anybody's system. Okay. You can, as long as you're consistent and disciplined, you can find profitability in any system. But what we're doing here is basically trading into the typical standard retail ideas. So if we see a bull flag, we're probably going to short it. If we see a head and shoulders, we're probably going to long it, and, just take this, for example, double top, reverse price. Okay. People are targeting this low here. They're targeting way down here. They're just like, yeah, double top reverses price. Well, how long does it reverse price for? Well, not very long. So then we go into our 1 minute time frame and you'll see that my money printer model right here, very, very clean, very nice, runs up and takes out that double top, right? So we are looking for the original move and then we are looking for the money printer model and there's one right in here and then it runs out and look at that. It took out their liquidity just by one tick. That's all it takes. And this is what we do. So right on, bud. It's good that you have the experience to know when you're getting screwed over by price action for sure. So now that we've taken that liquidity, I want to see an order block made here. If we don't make an order block in here, we could continue. And where would we continue from? Well, when it's time for price to run, we want to see down close candles supporting new down close candles. So we draw out our inefficiency right here. And this is what the algorithm is going to want to balance before running. So like I said, do we get a sharp rejection down, take out that swing low, and we can drop into our 1 minute time frame. And it looks like we are getting that sharp rejection, just taking out the swing low here. So there is a fair value gap left right here. And this would be somewhere we would want to engage with for a short position. Marcel, it's cool, bro.
What time are you looking for, or what time frame are you looking for these fair value gaps? I usually use the monthly and the 4 hour, but is there a time frame specific that you like to look for them?
When I'm sniping entries, I go from the 5 minute to the 5 second chart.
Gotcha.
Here, let's use the 30-second. So as you can see, we snapped through this fair value gap here, and we took out that swing low there, coming up into this 30-second fair value gap here. It's the first one. Also, you can take your fibs from the high to the low. Now that we're making a swing low here, we want to find a fair value gap at fair value or in a premium market. So anything beneath the 50 line is a discount. Anything above the 50 line is a premium market. So institutional traders and market makers alike, they will seek fair value to run to a discount or premium. So price is only going to do two things ever. It's either going to trend or it's not. It's that simple. So when you have a good idea of what direction price might want to gravitate to, you're looking for a specific signature in the candlesticks to show you which direction price would likely want to go. So how I figured out this morning how we were going to come up here, even though I had a bearish bias for the day, you know, I was targeting these lows down here, this guy here, but I switched because price hit this 786 retracement, filled in this fair value gap and balanced it out, did the money printer model in the lower time frames, and then this candle was supported by what? Old down close candles. So we had a propulsion block in here. We got an order block with another order block, and then we got our propulsion candles right up to liquidity. You balance out inefficiencies, which we did down here, and then you run out liquidity. So we want to see it's time now, right? It's time first and then price. So we want to see this candle here support price. So order flow will tell us which direction price will want to go, because you'll see new down close candles being supported by old ones. Now, if this gets blown to and through, we're offside, and we'd be looking beneath the marketplace for a fair value gap or a means of liquidity to be ran out. So you drop into your you go into your higher time frames, and we've got this big, huge fair value gap here, this big inefficiency. So what we do is we take the wick to wick, draw it out. We mark out our halfway point, which you can do right in here, middle line. And this is how we measure order flow. If price closes beneath the halfway point, if we get a retracement, we know, well, we can anticipate that retracement being met with extreme violence and most likely come and run out this liquidity here, which has a bunch of inefficiencies in these candles as well. So for the next 2 weeks, as long as we stay beneath this wick here in the daily time frame, which is our swing high, right there, this candle yesterday closing confirmed these 3 candles as a swing high. Now it has all of this range here to find a top and then run out liquidity, which is in this inefficiency here. So what I do, and we use wicks as fair value gaps. So we mark out the half of the wick, and we can anticipate, we allow price to come up here. Now, once it does, we are looking for the signature of the candlesticks to tell us if we're going to be on side or not. So like exactly what I said this morning, right? I am looking down here. Last night, I was looking at these equal lows right here and right here. So there's a big pool of liquidity down here, and there's a big inefficiency to balance out. But I knew that I was offside of this specific move when this started reversing. Now, how did I know it was reversing? Well, because the candlesticks were telling me it was reversing, right? You've got your stop hunt, you've got your swing break, and then your retracement into an order block, which is another order block in here. So that's a propulsion block. It found because it's time now, it's time for price to do its run, brap, runs out liquidity. All it needs to do is one tick. That's it. You just need one tick, and that's a liquidity grab, because there is a ton of emotional traders trading these markets. And that's essentially, in a nutshell, what we're doing. there's a lot more to go over when we, hang out for our one-on-one. And yeah, it's a pretty wild skill to have.
Excuse me, friend.
Yeah, man, what's up?
Man, you hit it right on the head for me right there, because you have this bias and you're convinced that, it's going there. And I didn't know how to pull the audible and switch it. Like, I really didn't know when, I needed some convincing, or I needed to know how I need to pivot. So that was clutch right there. I just want to make sure everyone got that, because, like, on, yeah, man, you blew my mind right there. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you so
very
much.
welcome.
And do you mind showing me, is it in the settings for, oh, there it is, middle line, bam. So when we
Yes.
draw the rectangle, for all of those that didn't see that setting, you click in the settings and the middle lines right there. That's beautiful. Thank you for those two.
You're very welcome. And for our skeptical potential new students, feel free to tell them about your journey. How long did it take you to get funded, where you're at, your strengths, your weaknesses. Just, give a little backstory to, how you've gotten this far, how you're enjoying it, and whatever else you feel you want to share. Please do.
As you guys can tell, I'm off today because I can't shut the hell up. But I'll start off by saying I work very long hours, wife, 3 kids, 14-hour days. And it started with the money printer. Respect to Sam. Don't get me wrong, I know how to draw triangles now and stars and stuff, but this worked for me because I did not have to be glued to a chair looking at the charts. It started with the money printer with Bitcoin. I got away from all the altcoins, went into Bitcoin. It was more consistent. And then we got introduced to Forex. I've worked in retails for, half my life. And I'm used to working, and I don't mind working. This feels like a job. I come in the morning, I get my bags, I make my money, and I'm out. I don't have to wait months and months on end to get a paycheck. I get a paycheck every day. And that's what that did for me. When it comes to the mentor we have, I'll be the first to say top notch. I've reached out to this man at midnight, 1 a.m, 2. He always gets back to you. There's no question that's too small or big. He's always going to answer it for you. I'm not just saying that. He's not pressing the buttons for me to make the money I'm making, but he's showing me the way. And you even get live trading. You get to see how he's doing it, which really puts it together. The biggest obstacle I'm having is myself. Right now, I'm looking at a trade, and I told everyone in the group I'm going to hold, and I didn't. I took my profits, and it's hitting where I should have held to. So it's going to be, you're going to learn so much of yourself through this. It's rewarding in itself. And give yourself an opportunity by just being rested, not being stuck in the charts all day. Don't pollute your mind with negativity. Watch the ICT videos, go back and watch your one-on-ones, start there, take the one-on-one, and success is around the corner. This is doable. I've never traded my whole life, and I'm in the green. I'm finally making money in this stuff to the point where it's going to replace my income, but even if it doesn't, I'm willing to take half the money I made to not be in the rat race and be able to do what I want with my time. I'm finally being rewarded with time, not money. And it feels good, guys. It feels good. Congratulations, because you found the fountain of youth and you found the person leading us. So I'll be the first to preach.
Got to do this what, a Friday.
That's it. That's excellent sentiment.
It was May last year. We went to see
That was
whatever his
fantastic.
face is at the fucking.
Was that
Well,
Rob?
hey, this is Glenn. I was invited in just to look along, but that's exactly the kind of thing as someone that's prospecting wants to hear. I mean, I've been in IT for 25 years. I have screens all around. I've been doing trading for a while, but really looking to reinvest in myself and break through. And friends showing me right off the bat, like, you know, he's willing to be receptive, invite in, show without even taking a dime from me at this point. And I'm happy to, you know, not only become part of this, but to do the same, to, you know, to elevate my friends that are asking the same questions. So, you know, here in real life experience with this is very helpful to make a decision. So I appreciate that sentiment.
Right on. Thank you, Fit, for speaking up, man. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your kind words. Thank you. Yeah, Glenn, you know, when people are struggling and, you know, especially, I don't know. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't know why I love helping out so much. I just do. Seeing my students get funded is a new kind of addiction for me. It's help actually having an impact on somebody's lives who are, you know, whether they're hurting or not, for money or their lives. This is amazing and I absolutely love it. This teaching gig just fell into my lap and I'm really into it. And I'm really happy that you guys are, you know, taking the education and really turning it into something very positive for yourselves. Joe, oh, you're super funded and ready for a payout. Let's hear from you, bud. How's your journey been?
It's been awesome, man. I'm so glad I took that one-on-one with you back in August. I was reluctant to do it at first just because I'm a pretty conservative dude, but I was like, if I'm gonna go for it, we might as well just try this. And probably the best decision I've ever made. My schedule's a little tough when it comes to trading. I work full time. I'm in healthcare. I'm a physical therapist, so I work Monday through Thursday, 10-hour shifts, big commute. You know, all the excuses in the world. But I'm always sitting there at work. I'm just on my phone. I'm looking at the charts. I'm just always been so interested in trading. I've been trading, you know, Bitcoin since like 2021. I think it's when I first got in the group. So yeah, man, I was just so obsessed with it, and I have that personality where if it's what I'm focused on, it's all I do, and this has just been so rewarding to take what you're, you know, teaching us and put it to practice. And once I started trading demo and just hitting the trades and picking up your concepts and like just going over and over and over it again, I just got the confidence to start doing those funded challenges. And now being funded, I'm just trying to build those up until I can finally, you know, drop down to part-time or per diem in my work. And that's really what I'm grinding for. And I could not have done this without taking that one-on-one. It was really life-changing for me.
Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations, man.
Just unbelievable though, man. Like I was really reluctant to take it just because I'm that guy. Like if I can figure it out on my own, I'm gonna do it. And it taught me so much. It taught me so much. I would recommend it to literally anyone.
Right on. Thanks, bro, and congratulations, man. You put in the hard work. You know, you could only trade Fridays, and you made it. Like,
yeah, I wake up super well too. Like I didn't even think about like London session. I was like, all right, dude, just get up a little bit earlier and let's see what's up. And just to have this market that's available to us. I mean, there's opportunity there every day. And like to your point, you're trying to say like you don't have to take a trade every day. It's just there's opportunity, and like to get those 40 ticks, like just to get that concept in your mind, you just need 40 to make 200. Like you know how hard everybody works to make $200, and like the effort that has to go into that. Like it's keeping that perspective for me. I was like, dude, you just made $200 in like a minute. Like what do you you know what I mean? It's just so life changing when you have that perspective. And you know, I know what I make and I know how hard I have to work for it. And if the opportunity's there to make that in minutes, it's just you cannot you have to respect that. You absolutely have to respect that.
right on. Now let's hear from Jesse. Jesse, are you busy with interviews or can you speak up? Because you have been one of my toughest students to teach. And it's not even that you were tough to teach. It's just that, you know, you and I struggle with the same things. Are you even here? No, he's not even here. Dang it. So one of the biggest setbacks with learning something so awesome is really getting to know yourself and the baggage that you bring into the charts, just from, you know, things that you went through, things that you might be going through, and really getting to know yourself. So, you know, for me, I'm really impulsive. I feel like I need to be trading all the time. I feel like I'm Conan the Barbarian and I can just go and take money from the markets anytime I want. And having this superpower is a double-edged sword. You know, how you wield it is you can implode. You can implode with your own skills. And you know, you got to stay disciplined, and not just disciplined for that day, every day. And you got to stay focused on that discipline. You get caught slipping and, you know, you get into an anger mode, and all of a sudden, you know, everything you work towards for however long just gets blown out in one day. And it's absolutely horrible thing to go through. And, you know, if you were there personally now, you know, you're not alone, and you can talk to me about it anytime, and we'll try. And just like the other day, Jesse and I were hanging out on Discord chat, and we were just bouncing ideas off of each other back and forth, and it hit me, you know, the easy part's done. Like Buddy said, I can draw triangles and, you know, all that all day. You know, the easy part's done. Now we have to really make a conscious effort to focus our minds on the hard part and put in the hard work on the hard parts that we find hard about trading, which will be unique to all of us. Oh, there he is. There's Jesse. You busy, bro?
Yeah, but I got some time right now. I'm just kind of in and out. My work's just super hectic. Now I'm driving to another appointment, but I could talk. Why? What's going on?
Just, you know, share your experience. You know, how have you been? You know, what's been the easiest and the hard parts of, you know, being an algorithmic trader?
Okay, yeah. The easiest part has been putting in trades. The hardest part has been over trading. Um, you know, moving my stop losses. Yeah, and just kind of going at it a little too hard. I always feel like I have to be in a trade every single day, and that's just kind of caused me a disservice. Every time I've made money, I end up losing it because I just put in more trades. So right now I'm kind of working, you know, with the group to hone in and just, you know, stay disciplined and not over trade. But I don't think I could master this skill without the group. No way. Like if I was just on my own, I'd just kamikaze trade myself.
Hey, just to piggyback off of that, it is so nice to have the group that we have. I know Level Learning was talking about that before, but like when I try to talk trading with literally anybody, nobody gets it. You have to have that internal drive to want to do this, and to be surrounded by like-minded people who have the same ambitions and goals is like priceless. Because I can't talk about this with anybody. My brother kind of gets it. My friends are like, dude, that's over my head. So just to be around, you know, this environment is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to add into even if I have other people that are into trading or into crypto, um, I don't know anybody that's trading the NASDAQ or using, you know, this formula. So there's no one really, you know, you kind of feel on your own, but every day you wake up and you go in the group and, you know, there's always somebody, you know, to talk with and to share with. And then you see other people making gains and other people struggling. And it just, yeah, it kind of gives you motivation to keep on going. And then like all these live share, like the amount of work that friend does and you know, every single day and having her backs is crazy. I don't think you'd find a group anywhere. Well, I know you wouldn't. I've been into crypto for I think 3 years now, 4 years, and there's been nobody out there that could provide this kind of support.
It's definitely the most unique place on the internet.
That's for sure.
Can I share a little there?
Of course, Love Learning. Love
Okay.
Learning is my wing lady, and she helps keep me grounded and keeps these guys in line. Please do share.
Oh, it's a privilege. It's an honor to be with all of you. It's this family of ours is really an anomaly in terms of all of anything I've ever experienced in business. And just for your new guys there, I've been in the crypto sphere since Bitcoin was $150, and you know, the learning curve was always right in front of me in order to take advantage of anything. And you know, because I didn't have any teacher or mentor at the time, I was on the sidelines. And when it came to NASDAQ or Forex or any of that particular marketplace, it was always my belief or sense that I had to be on the bench, that you had to have an intermediary that was a broker or someone who had to manage your future. And I've always been in small business. I've always owned my own business. So having a 9-to-5 was just not in my chemistry. Fast forward, I now caregive my husband, who's got early dementia and many other medical issues. And it's a 24/7 job. It's my 24/7, but it's a job. It's not a job, it's a mission of life, because it's a mission of love. But the challenges of that it took to get to this particular moment in what Master Friend has been teaching us took an incredible amount of organization in order to get to the place where I could ground myself in what he's been teaching. And now that I'm there, in the last week, the awakening I'm having about, and I think one of the very first things, just to say, of moving into the NASDAQ, and the thing that resonated with me was when he said that this is that Bitcoin is far more unpredictable, but of all the crypto, it's the most predictable. So his leverage mastery was, of course, a resonant for the whole community. But when you move into and shift lanes and completely go into the NASDAQ and this area of Forex, it truly, you enter a new place of possibility, as you've heard the guys say, where you have, I think what makes the group different is the only people who can really stay in that lane are people who are self-motivated, who are disciplined, who aren't afraid to look at their weaknesses and their strengths. And when all of that comes together, the ability to do what Friend showed in the first few minutes here, just about a few minutes ago, is to what we do here every day. All of a sudden, with all of that said, this is very, very possible. And that to wake up and to realize that once you organize yourself around, whether you're, as Friend calls it, a working class hero, but we're kind of all working class heroes, no matter whether it's a job or it's taking care of a family member. It's about realizing that you have a 24/7 opportunity here. So you pretty much have the entire playing field open to you. It's right in front of all of us. And they're going to be beautiful days in the beginning. They're going to be ugly days. But as long as we continue to succeed, and like I forget who said, to realize that in 2 minutes you can have your $200 or $300 for the day, that is like an experience that when you feel it, it's something that makes us go, wow, this world has been really designed to keep us in a belief system that we have to mortgage our family, our children, our health, all the things that are part of our existence in order to survive. And so to share with a group as highly conscious and dedicated as this group is, as I said earlier, it's an anomaly. It's something that doesn't exist out there. And that's what makes, and Master Friend is an incredibly amazing teacher and mentor. His compassion and care for his group is really spectacular. Sam the fact that he opened his mind and his heart to bringing in someone in Master Friend's capacity was a godsend. It was something that I couldn't believe was unfolding as I've watched it over these last 4 or 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. I forget how long it's been now. But anyway, I won't keep going on, but it truly, truly is what you hear everyone talking about. And no matter what your world that consumes you is, there's room somewhere to make this happen and to make it a success. So thank you for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing. It's amazing to actually find something worth your time. When I first found Smart Money Concepts, you know, I was like, who is this guy? What is he about? And the moment that I got through 3 videos, I was like, this guy's showing me charts from 2016 and it's now 2023. This guy's showing me things in the charts that are literally right in front of me. Freaking 6 years later, the same things he's showing me from 2016 are in the charts in front of my face, telling me that price repeats, it's algorithmic, it's controlled, it's manipulated. And I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored. Yeah, I ditched all my indicators. I ditched everything because you're telling me that this stuff repeats every single day. You're telling me it's this easy. And then you got the guys going, well, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. No, everybody's not doing it. It is that easy. The reason why nobody's doing my leverage mastery, why it's not all over the internet, is because people want to gravitate towards the mainstream thing. What's everybody else doing? Well, everybody else is doing the same thing off of garbage you can get from YouTube, or sorry, not YouTube, Google. Anyone can Google any of that $100,000 education garbage, and 90% of traders lose. So, like, let me get this straight. You want to stick to something that everybody loses at and not come to something that is high probability, algorithmic. And the reason why people aren't doing this is because they're too invested in what they've spent their time into, or, which is the same thing, they've spent thousands of dollars on college education to become a trader, and the schools say it's like this, so I'm going to do this, right? Literally, my mentor could literally be on the front page of Time magazine saying, I have proved that these markets are algorithmic and I can time them with a level of consistency. Nobody would care. Maybe like 10 people out of everyone that's seen that Time issue would care. And those 10 people are in this group right now. You all see the power of it. You understand there's something more to these markets than what they're telling you. You keep getting stopped out before price goes your direction, and nobody's telling you it's a thing. So the leverage mastery was created long before I even found ICT. Okay. And what makes it so beautiful is the fact that these markets run on an accumulation, a manipulation, and a distribution phase. So when I'm sitting there rocking no liquidation price and 200x leverage, nobody can understand what the hell is this guy doing. Well, the reason why this entire thing was all created in the first place, and again, long before I found ICT, was because I kept watching price stop me out right where the books tell you to put your stop losses. Where is it? Well, if you're going long on this bull channel, then put your stop loss below the swing low. Well, guess who got stopped out before price went their direction? All the people playing the books. So my thing was, first, okay, I'm just going to get in a little bit, get a nibble in here. I'm bullish, so I'm going to buy the bottom of the channel. And then I'm going to enter in another entry as it's coming for my stop loss. So I'm going to put an entry where my stop loss should be. All of a sudden, my win rate went skyrocket. And then I was like, okay. So then I started learning about fibs, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to start laddering into fibs. Like, forget just entering here. I know it's going to come for a stop hunt. So I'm going to ladder in here. I'm going to ladder in 50, 618, and the 786. And again, I like to use the bodies. I don't know why I do that every time. So boom, entry, entry, entry. And I was using a triangle for the people in the group as a entry position size. Right? So triangle equals position size. So I'd enter in small, and then as it would come down, I would not be down as much as if I just aped in here. Then I would enter in a medium, and then I would enter in a large, and that entire position running up. Now, before I learned about AMD, which is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, this is how the system was created. So when I finally found ICT, and he gave me, and so I was already, seeing this stuff in the charts for myself. But then when I had somebody telling me, you're seeing this because it is that way. That's the way the markets move. The market will trick people into going short by breaking out of a support, flip resistance. So think about it like a breakout artist. Okay, this is support, broken, flipped resistance. Where are they short? Right here. Where's their stop losses? Right here. So it psychs them out. This is the manipulation phase. They grab their stop losses and then distribute them up here at the profit. Think about it like this, okay? How easy is it? Okay, if you're long, that means that you have a sell stop. You have to close that position with a sell order. If you're short, you're in a sell position. So you have to close this position with a buy order. You have to buy it back, right? So you've got willing participants right here with sell stops. And then you have these guys with buy stops. So the market makers are buying these sell stops here and then distributing those sell stops to the buy stops up here. That's what's really going on here. So they don't even have to try. They literally generated all these, people who think that they know everything about everything because of their thousands of dollars of school education. But this is called the accumulation range for a reason. It's accumulating orders both below and above the market. And you already have participants in the market willing and ready to ditch their positions at a loss, both below and above the market. So the market maker comes and grabs these and then distributes them up here at their profit and your loss. This phenomenon right here, this is how a daily candlestick is made. And, for Glenn and my other buddy that's in here, I'm going to show you things that's going to just flip your brain inside out. It's going to be a great time.
It's funny that BitBoy or Ben Armstrong, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, he was going on a show saying that he thinks he found the secret to beating stop hunters. And he was just basically saying he's gonna come up with a system or a strategy to basically catch falling knives.
That's awesome. He must have seen one of my videos and now he wants to claim
That's exactly what I was thinking. Either that or some ICT videos or something.
Well, him and Sam are tight, right? So it's like, it's like,
true.
Did Sam, say stuff and then BitBoy went, you know what? I've got it all.
He's probably in here right now.
That's awesome. Right there. His name's Ben right there. Ben, we are on to you, buddy.
There's a Ben in here right now.
There's a Ben in here right now. Oh, so
That's funny.
We see you, Ben.
But he was saying it like he discovered America,
Oh, it's so funny. Won't the real BitBoy please stand up? That's awesome.
Yeah, he kind of fell off.
Yeah, we'll save judgment for God, but yeah, it's a shame that he had to go and but we're all human, we all make mistakes, so You know, as long as his wife forgives him, as long as he's forgiven by the people that matter, then that's all that matters. You know, as long as he forgives himself and he continues and works hard, and you know, that's all that matters. So we got kind of animated, dipped into this liquidity here, and we found that this down close candle was supported by this new, in the 5 minute, that'll be a down close candle, filled in this inefficiency, ripped up for liquidity every time. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I've got it all carbon dated. You know, nobody's got this stuff out before my channels or my, you know, my YouTube. So it's just like, there's the proof dated that it's mine. And I kind of feel like ICT in that sense, where everybody took his stuff and started calling it something else and rebranding his order blocks into whatever. And you know, nobody's teaching this stuff on the internet before 1996, which is kind of hard, I guess, because internet wasn't very mainstream before then. But you know, so as he's coming up, he's choked at all these people remixing his stuff and stealing his things and making mentorships out of it and calling it something else and not giving them any credit. And so now he's going to come out with these series of books, and I can't wait. I can't freaking wait. Oh, and if you didn't know, this Christmas or around, ICT is going to release everything on his YouTube channel. Everything, all of his mentorships, all of his private stuff, everything's going on YouTube. And it's to just trash all of the quote unquote educators who have taken his stuff and rebranded it. Now, he has already given us, his real students, the hard workers who, you know, trade live, call up levels of the market in front of people. He's already given us his blessing to teach. All he wants is, you know, not to be thrown to the wayside. You know, this stuff is very powerful and it's his. These are his. This is what he codified. This is his life's work. So, you know, give the man some respect and don't be a dork. But yeah, it'd be funny if Ben tried to.
Another thing I found interesting with Ben is he also said that, and this is something I've never heard him say before. He said that he was talking about price action as an algorithm as well, and saying that he's starting to think that sometime in the future the algorithm might change because there's going to be so many people that are going to know, you know, the algorithm. And that's something, you know, it's just the certain words that he was using. It's like, dude, I've never heard you, because I've been watching Ben since forever, like almost every single episode, almost
I really, with all of my heart, hope that he truly, truly believes that, so that he never pursues this. I really hope he does. Okay. This has not changed since the beginning of charts. So those of you that have been here a while know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what we do. And I'm going to take your attention now to the monthly time frame on Euro, one of the oldest assets. And we're going to go right back to the beginning, right here. Okay. 1971. Price runs up, leaves an inefficiency. Runs up, leaves a double bottom. Runs up, double top, tricks traders into going short, bearish engulfing candle. This is their entry. This is their target. This is their stop loss. Brap. Okay, done. So where is the liquidity? Well, it's at the double bottom now, because obviously it's going to go up forever, right? Double bottom here, double bottom here. So we'll draw a line there too. Okay, so liquidity pool here, liquidity pool here. Price rips up for new heights. This is the beginning of charts for Euro. Rips up for new heights. Now we have this right here. Bam. What is this? Displacement. Why? Took out this swing low. What are we anticipating? A market structure shift. Does this look like it's going to freaking change to you, man? This is 1980. Okay, price comes down, snaps for liquidity. What does this make right here? Holy shnikey, it's a bullish order block. Imagine that. Freaking 1985 bullish order block. Where does it go? Where does that bullish order block send price to? Boom. Right there. Liquidity. All the hedge fund manager dorks who can't even make 3% a year, they're done. Price rips up, makes a bullish order block right here. Fair value gap. You've got liquidity voids, volume imbalances, drawing out this order block, right? So let's go to here. And now we've got a discount and a premium, right? But in this premium market, one more. But in this premium market, you've got halfway point, which is about here somewhere. We'll just use that as an example. So you've got in the premium market, you've got a premium and a discount in the premium. You can set it up into quadrants. So it goes from discount, fair value, discount, premium, discount, premium, makes a bull flag in a premium market, fails miserably. Oh, what is this? An inefficiency. So now we've got in the monthly time frame another market structure shift. Wow, fancy that. Comes and balances out that inefficiency. And then where does it go? Boom, liquidity. 618 retracement, finds a bottom on the bullish order block and goes where? Right to liquidity. Every time. You see this right here? Head and shoulders, right? Pretends to go down, boom, right into their stop losses. What's this? Head and shoulders, double bottom here, grabs their stops, boom, right to liquidity. Oh, does that repeat? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you were longing that bull flag in a premium market. Now, if that wasn't beautiful enough, look at this. So price makes an accumulation range right above the 786. Fakes all the traders to go long, breakout artists, stop losses here, double bottom, boom, wrecked. Now where's it going? Right? The algorithm's not going to change. If anything, it's going to get more violent because there's a sucker born every second.
Yeah, to take
So
them
the
out.
more liquidity in the markets, the harder it's going to run to that liquidity. Straight up. The market makers aren't worried about the little guys. You can get 1 million people trading algorithmically. They don't care. They don't see your positions. They don't see your stop losses. They're generating you to put your stop losses there. So the smart people who've actually caught on know that there's stops underneath this equal lows here. Boom, runs right. Where does price stop on a dime? Right at our new week opening gap, right there, balances out that inefficiency. And then what? And then it runs out liquidity. It's the same thing in every market. It doesn't matter. You know, like Sammy was saying in the screen share yesterday, that he doesn't, you know, and he sees that I don't use smart money concepts in smaller altcoins because they're not algorithmic. There's no institutional sponsorship behind those little poo coins. And they're more run on a supply and demand factor than anything. And that's why he's such a great speculative investor. And he knows his stuff about alt caps, small cap gems and alts. That's what makes him very unique in his system. That's how he's made it, was his long-term speculative investing. That's where that's where it's at. Is it odd to you that candle's body stopped right at the wick of that? I mean, does that look like buying and selling pressure to you? Or does that look algorithmic? It stops here, makes an inefficiency in a weekly opening gap, comes down, and then we allow this, we permit it because this is doing the damage to the accounts, right? But the body's not closing anywhere near it. So that's telling us that we are measuring bullish order flow in the weekly time frame. And then it makes a swing low and blasts off. Now, that'd be so funny if that was the 786 retracement. I mean, if it's not, I mean, there's no freaking way. Well, it's the 618, 786. This is our zone to look for the reversal pattern, right? So let's go to the 1 hour time frame and we will find a money printer model. Wow. Almost like you can set your watch to it. Snaps down. Where's the swing break? Right in here. That guy right there. So So in the 618-786 retracement, we've got another 618-786 retracement. Boop. Calling out all the bottoms and all the tops in the market. It's beautiful. It's perfect. These markets are perfect. And, you know, people, the reason why people aren't doing this is because they were told by somebody that they respect that, you know, don't catch falling daggers. You know, whoever came up with that saying and it went viral, that guy should be fired from life. I guarantee that guy's not profitable. What's he waiting for the breakout? Wild. You know, when I first introduced this to Stammy, he goes, it can't be that easy. And I'm like trying to tell him, yo, it is that. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, Reggie. I was like, yeah, it is. It really is that easy. Okay. Between 10 and 11 every day, there's going to be a fair value gap for you to engage with. Between 1:30 and 2 every day, there's going to be a fair value gap. Sorry, between 2 and 3, excuse me. There's going to be a fair value gap for you to engage with. You know, you might not get a big fat move, but, you know, I just, you know, we're doing it. You know, that guy that said you can't time the markets with any degree of consistency, we're doing it every day. And the days that we don't want to do it, it still did the thing. It still did the thing right there. Fair value gap right there, liquidity. So you don't get a moonshot. You're not promised that. And it's Fed day. So we just stay the hell away. There's another fair value gap right there. Comes, dabs into it just a little bit, runs up. What does it make here? Equal highs. So this is resistance. Does that look like it's resistance? No. Did price turn on a dime from just anywhere? Nope. Did it turn on from a dime from just anywhere at any random time? Nope. Scheduled runs, and we just want to be on side. If price isn't willing to run, then it's not going to run. And this is where our emotions come into play. You're like, you know, is this the breaker? Is this the bearish breaker? You know, breakers fail on rate releases. That's when they fail. This is when down close candles aren't going to support down close candles. This is when you're going to see price action not do what you want it to do. But on days where it does do what you want it to do, that's when you're engaging. It was so easy to call this short and then call this long here. Literally every turn in the market, you know, we've called out today. Why? Because it's permitted. There's no chokehold on the algorithm. The market makers on those, they use the Fed days as a smoke screen to wreck both sides of the market, as you can clearly see that happening yesterday. But once it's released, all of a sudden, price starts moving really fluently. Everything we want to see playing out very nicely. And again, this is where the emotions come into play. Like for, you know, guys like me and Jesse, we get so tunnel visioned into, I just want that money now. You know, I can do this. I can make, it's not going to, it doesn't owe you nothing, first of all. And second of all, it's algorithmic. It's programmed. It's already had its price destinations at midnight, New York time, right here. Right here. Price already knew it was going to come down here and go up here. Midnight, New York time. Price already knew it was going to come down here and go up here. So because we're in these markets as if it's a, like when I go to a DJ gig, I expect my electronics to work. I expect the system to operate properly. Why? Because it was programmed by people to do it. When I go and start my car, I expect it to turn on as long as the battery's good, right? Why? Because it was programmed to do it. I bought it to do that. That's the same thing as these markets, and not alts, big boy markets where the institutional, you know, the banksters have their money. This is their baby. The banks aren't into losing money. And just to wrap that whole point up about Ben saying that the algorithm's going to change, that guy is off of his rocker. And I really hope he never pursues this. with that attitude, because that is one of the most common things that both Michael and I get from prospective students, is when you show them this is, well, it's going to change soon because everybody's going to be doing it. Nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing this. And I'll take it one step further. Nobody's got the discipline to be able to do this. They're lazy.
For real.
They are freaking lazy. They're already made an excuse in their mind that the algorithm's going to change. So why even bother? Well, if it hasn't changed by now, what makes you think it's going to change tomorrow just because you got into it? It's not.
Can I share something, Frank?
Yeah, please do. Get me to calm down here. I'm really into it now.
Well, I'm having a very wide angle thought. The first part is only 65% of the U.S. population makes under 100,000 a year, and of that 100,000, household and taxes leave about 35,000. And if you have kids, unexpected medical, all of that gets eaten up pretty darn quick. So, so then we consider, well, what is it that most people are doing relative to why they stay in a job that either is fulfilling or isn't fulfilling? And there's many positive factors as well as negative factors as to why they feel they have to stay in that job, which gives them what feels like sometimes little time freedom for whether it be their family, their relationship, or pursuing another financial opportunity such as this. So moving along that thought process in business, when people, I know you're mentioning Ben, but no matter who it is out there who wants to look at an opportunity like this and package it, what has to be taken into account is there's very few people in the United States who have the discipline, the focus, to not have fear of focusing on something else in order to move outside of the restraints of that 100,000 a year. And they say even people making 100,000 a year still feel like they're not rich. They still feel there's challenges in terms of how much money they're making, because most of the time people are getting 2 cars, larger houses, they're extending themselves. But the point I want to make here is, from my observation, even if someone tries to package something like this, the number of people, the fall off ratio is so high.
Yep.
When people jump on to the hot train and they find in my own personal perspective is that that's 65% of the population who are making less than $100,000 a year. They taste it, but the amount of focus and dedication and willingness is to learn and to apply is very, very low. The percentages come down to it minimizes tremendously. So what I think, and this is just me speaking humbly, is that when you have someone like Master Friend who could easily not be doing this and be easily financially over the top, off on an island or wherever he wants to be with his family. The point is, what is a true teacher and mentor relationship? It's not in the many necessarily. It's in the fewer who someone gets to uplift and potentially give greater experience and growth in their lives. To me, the big train with all the lights and whistles that may be packaged is not to me, competition is an illusion. It's what really has value is a teacher and a mentor, because that's the silent path. That's the one that really counts.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me share.
Gotcha. Yeah, and you know what, Ben? There's nobody on the other side of our trade. Okay, all of our orders go into the dark pool and they are matched algorithmically with the market makers. So, it's just like we can say that, we need exit liquidity, but the market makers are the market's always there. It's not like, a low all cap gem where you might not get your order filled. It's like, yeah, your order's getting filled. And the only side, if there was somebody truly on the other side of our trade, that would mean that these markets would be a net sum zero game, and you wouldn't have a 90% lose rate. I don't even know if that number is true, but because it's commonly accepted, we'll just use it. You would have a 50-50. If there was somebody on the other side of your trade, that means that this would be a 50-50 game. So like, who's winning 90% of the time? It's not retail. It's the market makers. So when you open up a long position, they're opening up a short against you. And again, I can't stress this enough. They don't see our orders. They don't see our stop losses. They don't know we're in here. They don't care that we're in here. They're after whales, hedge funds, and low-level bankers who don't have this education. So when institutional, smart money traders, banksters come in here, they're doing exactly what I'm showing you here. They're looking for fair value to offset their orders at a premium or discount. So all we have to do is figure out which way the price would probably be going, and we start with the monthly and work down into the 4-hour chart. The monthly will supercharge your bias. It will tell you where it's going to go. The monthly is making a pattern, a candlestick pattern. As soon as the monthly makes a swing low, it's going up. So we use the lower time frames to enter in on fair value gaps and order blocks. And we're just looking, if we're bullish, we're looking above the marketplace for a fair value gap or order block or single or double highs to offset our positions at. It's literally so easy. Because we're measuring basically a computer program, this isn't really technical analysis. This is more, by all definitions, technical science. So the TA is really easy to learn. It's very simple. It's all mental. It's all us that we have to figure out ourselves. And that's the hardest part about trading. It doesn't even matter if you're trading retail stuff or if you're trading algorithmic stuff. You're always going to be fighting and battling yourself. It's just that having a more precise idea of where price might turn from and where it might go allows you to, get rid of and having time on your side. When you have time on your side, you're having a specific expectation that is otherwise just totally void from all of your technical analysis. You don't have an expectation of when you should enter and when you should exit. It's very simple. Price is going to run out liquidity at, between 7 and 11 a.m. And then between 1:30 and 3, price is going to run out liquidity. You want me to prove it? Here it is. Liquidity, 7 a.m., boom, 11 a.m., liquidity run, right? 1:30 p.m., right in, where are we at? 1:30, right there. Boom, runs out liquidity here. Right at 2 p.m. And she might not be done yet. If this down close candle here holds this fair value gap that's in here, we might even actually get a little pumpski poo here, as long as she's holding. And look at this, 7 to 11 a.m. runs out liquidity, right? And then she was basically done there for the day. But here's another one, 7 to 11 a.m. When did she start running? Right at 8:30. When did it stop? 11 a.m. Wow, fancy that, huh? So all you got to do is flip a coin, pick a direction, and if you're offside, try the next day. Yeah, dude, that is what the hell was that? CPI data. Yeah, stay the hell away from CPI. Don't even bother.
It was your
You
question.
called that one out the day before too.
I did, yeah. What were you saying, Dingo? Oh, maybe he was just talking. Yeah, man. And that was a gamble. I just call out what I would like to see. And if it happens, then it happens. But I'm again, I'm done trading my live accounts on Fed days. Forget that. I learned for the second time a month ago not to do that, and I won't be doing that. I kind of had a little boo-boo the other day as well, and it didn't feel very good, I'll tell you that much. So this is our deciding gap here, if we want to continue or not. So that's our Reaper fair value gap, and we got a down close candle with a inefficiency in here, and it was one single pass through here, right? It didn't meander around. So this is our Reaper fair value gap. So we want to see this hold. Above it bullish, below it bearish. But even my mentor, man, when he would call out what he would like to see happen on CPI or non-farm, more often than not, he was right, but it's still a gamble. It's 100% still a gamble, and we don't want to be engaging those days. Ooh. Nice, buddy. Nice. You did that.
Friend, may I say something?
Yeah, of course, bro.
One thing I gotta say too, and I think I'll get co-sign on this statement by everyone in the group. I watch ICT and I feel like you're the cliff notes, like we're getting the shortcut version of it all, and that's so appreciated too, It's like the baton got passed to you,
Yeah, thanks, bro. That makes me feel good in a way. You don't need to know everything to be profitable. You just need to know one thing and stick with it. So when you have something that repeats every single day, you just practice that same thing every single day. For absolutely, I encourage you all, learn it all at your own pace. But in the meantime, you don't have to not be profitable on your way there, or learning how to be profitable on your way to learning everything he's got. And yeah, man, thank you. Appreciate that. Much love, bro. He laughs at those guys on YouTube that are like, learn ICT, silver bullet, and fire your boss in 30 days or less. Those guys are a joke. Like, that is just freaking hilarious. Simplified ICT. There is no simplified. It's just watered down. The way I structure this is to help you understand things gradually, the same way he does with his year-long mentorships, but just a little bit different, right? I get you familiar with fibs, familiar with order blocks, familiar with fair value gaps, and then we learn in a live setting how they're to be used and when to use them. And then some people, it just clicks right away, and they're like, holy moly, there's an order block and there's a fair value gap in there. Did you need to know that? No, we had fibs. And this is where I'd use this swing low here. No, we had fibs the entire time. Comes down in the retracement, and then in the 30-second time frame, you got a money printer model in here. Right? But yeah, absolutely. You've got an order block inside another order block. So that's going to be propulsion block. None of you guys knew this when you first came to me. It was, you understood stop hunts, you understood swing breaks, and you understood retracements. Very, very, very awesome. So what is this? This is a stop hunt. This is a swing break here. That local, well, this guy right here, local swing high, blowing out. Now, I was telling you guys at the beginning of all this, you know, wait for the 786 retracement. If it doesn't hit, you don't have a trade. That helped you practice the discipline you needed. But as you're coming up and you're seeing fair value gaps, when you're like, well, that didn't come to the retracement, but now I'm showing you that half of the fair value gap that was created in this inefficiency here comes down, hits half that fair value gap. Does it get respected? Absolutely it does. So you got your measuring order flow. And if it doesn't close beyond, or if it doesn't close beyond half of this, you've got heavy bullish order flow. And so that's how we're measuring it. So you got an accumulation range here, takes out one side and then runs out the other. So like the introduction to it all, and then, you know, just like look at Mob Barley. That guy, he hasn't spent any time in here. And the guy is a freaking monster. And all he does is the same thing every day at the same time every day. The guy is, you know, very disciplined, very dedicated. And like, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not calling him names, but the guy's got like retard strength. He just took one thing and ran with it. And that's all he does now. It's amazing.
What is it? The money printer, or what does he do?
Yeah, he just does the one setup for life every day. And then he'll take his you know, opposing swing high as a profit target and then leave a runner. And sometimes it just rips for him. And then he's happy with that. He's content. He stops trading. The guy is a robot. He's a little mini robot. And, you know,
And he looks for that setup in between 7 and 11.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Same with Joe. And then I have another student, Winners. He's like, he fell victim to the same thing I did. He started going into the ICT channel, started learning all this stuff. He's messaging me. He's like, what is this? What is this? When should I do this? And I'm like, dude, you're not anywhere near there. Like, how did you lose sight of your setup? It just repeated every day since we hung out, and you haven't been hitting your setup. So like and then he's like, you know, concerned. He's like, man, this doesn't feel good. I'm not getting it. And I'm like, well, have you been hitting your setup every day? Have you been practicing the one setup for life? Which, again, if you're new here, ICT doesn't teach that. Okay, that's my model that I used with his concepts. And his last couple of spaces, he said, I have created and designed things for you guys to create your own models with. And when he said that, I just about cried. I seriously did. It felt so good to use his concepts and create for myself something the same, but something that he doesn't teach publicly. So as far as I know, as of right now, he has not taught the daily range at the New York session. You know, he teaches a different New York play, and there's rules to it. You have to break the previous day's high first and then look for a retracement there. And I'm like, no, we're looking for the manipulation phase of the morning. I made $900 this morning. I'm not content. I have issues I need to work on. I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that one. Even now, I want to pull the trigger. I already made I already made good cheddar today, and all I want to do is pull the trigger. And I'm like clenching my teeth to the point where they're gonna bust out of my head. I'm not trading. Like, do you know how hard it was for me not to take this trade this morning with you guys? It was really, really hard. But I gotta practice. I gotta practice so much being content with enough and practice losing. Practice being a professional loser. You know, if your model doesn't play out, then you just gotta stop. Don't keep chasing it. So after we take out the swing low here, do we do we get rejected hard, or do we snap to and through if we get down there? We'll be looking at this as a bearish order block right now. It looks like fair value gaps are resisting price for the time being. We might get a PM reversal here. The only thing that will change that is I see a double top here. So it could come up here. And then what happens after that? So it's a little bit deep in a discount as far as this range goes. Looks like a market maker sell model here. This order block was reclaimed bearishly,
Hey, friend.
but we'll see what happens. What's up, bro?
Hey, I appreciate it. I gotta get off of here. I just wanted to say that was very informative. I loved it and I appreciate it.
You're very welcome, Marcel. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, bro.
Take care, guys. Enjoy.
And I appreciate you guys for sharing your journey with some people that are a little bit skeptical about joining, which is rightfully so. You know, there's a lot of fakers and phonies and people just after people on the internet. It's disgusting, but you know, the proof's in the pudding, and you guys are doing the hard work that's required. And I just couldn't be more happier for all of us.
You made this happen, brother.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, friend, man, you've done a great job putting everything together and then being available and explaining things to everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, JT.
To say the
Appreciate
least.
you, man.
Yeah.
Word up. And for the record, JT is an awesome trader. Even before he came to me, you know, he was a very, very good, disciplined trader. He's the one who taught me about the copy trade accounts, and he's our policeman here on duty. That's the cop car we keep flipping is his. And you know, he came to me for a little nudge in the right direction because he was having trouble holding on to trades because he was just a scalper, right?
Yep. Pretty much.
He's like, it keeps going somewhere and goes without me, even though I get my piece. Like, where is price going? And I'm just, you know, showed him just a little tweak to his system. And yeah, man, you've showed me some pretty banger gains and some pretty sniped entries. And I couldn't be more happy to help you out, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, where to even begin with trading? It's mental, is what it is. You know, the charts are just like a replication of people's emotion between fear and greed, and that's it. However, like most things in life, almost everything is manipulated, maybe not what it seems for the most part. And I kind of felt that for a long time trading, and I kind of never got my hand on, you know, what we know as like the algorithm. You know, I was just a scalper, did it on the side, but I'm like sick. I got to know how everything works, because if you know how something works, you'll be very good at it. Like if you know the ins and outs of how something works, you'll do well.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, there's levels to this game. You know, there's not a day that doesn't go by where you won't pick something up, or you watch the video again. You're like, oh, that's why that does that. Okay, cool. But yeah, it does the same shit over and over every day. And I quote a piece earlier about the guys talking about being in the charts and stuff all the time. Yeah, it's time-based price delivery. So you just need to be in the charts at a certain time of the day every single day and look for something and then be fucking done with it, because the rest of the day is just a washing machine to take your money. I promise you that.
Yeah. Truer words have not been spoken here.
Yeah, I mean, and you're not going to get rich overnight, so don't even try to do that shit, because I've done it. We've all done it. And that's why this works. The algorithm is it feeds off people's emotions, being fucking greedy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse. Being freaking greedy. So, think about how much you make in a day and think about if you had a few accounts, maybe 5, and you made $300 on each account. That's $1,500 a day. You need to be like, okay, cool. I'm not going to trade those accounts anymore today. And I think that's what most people struggle with. I have the same issue too. It's like I wake up one day, one trade, $9,000. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to trade the afternoon session, right? Now I'm going to wake up and trade the London session the next day, and try and make that same thing. It just doesn't work that way. You need to be consistent. You need to do the same thing every day. But what happens is some days price runs in your direction, in your favor. So you're able to make that kind of money. It's not every day though.
Yeah. Two times a week, price will give you a banger setup. So if you can just be content with one of those, you'll do exceptionally well for the month. 4 trades a month minimum. Like even for me, 2 trades a month, and my quote is met. How the hell can you do 2 trades a month? You're sitting there for 20 freaking days, sitting in front of the freaking charts. Price is moving, and all you want to do is talk yourself into a trade.
Yeah, man, that's how they get you. Because usually, like to do well or be good at a sport or get good at lifting, or you have to practice it, be consistent. But the more time you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. Yeah, that's not really the case here. It is what you're studying, but you being involved in the charts, the more often that you're in it, the more at risk you are to lose money. And it's a weird thing. You'd think that if you traded for 12 or 14 hours a day, you should do pretty well, but you really wind up doing worse than better.
Jesse and I were talking about this, and that was basically the theme of yesterday's session was these charts are so backwards, and a lot of us here, we're all hard workers. We all want to get somewhere. We have the drive, the motivation, we're passionate, but the more time that you spend clicking that button, the worse it is, right? You got to work hard at trading less. That's the hard part.
Yeah, and you got to protect your mental capital because you have a couple bad trades, it sets you back. You over trade, it sets you back. You just knocked out the last 2 days worth of gains that you got, and you put like 12 or 14 hours into it. So if you want to be a hard worker and you want to apply that here, the old adage where they say, you got to wake up early, go to the gym at like 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning and do all those things. That actually could work here. And I'll give you an example. So, I work a 12-hour shift. It's a long day, but, we're not here to talk about whose life's harder than another, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter except for to you. So you could sit here and cry about your life sucks and do all these things, or you could do something about it. And sometimes as an adult, you got to do things that are not really desirable, right? So every 28 days, I switch between days and nights. So my schedule is like really messed up. And so is my sleep, which is important for trading because you need to be well. You need to sleep well. You need to take care of your body, and you need to be fed. You can't be trading here, sleep deprived. You can't be drinking. You can't be smoking and getting high. I mean, you could do these things, and there's nothing wrong with those things. However, they impair your judgment and they reduce your inhibitions. So you're going to mess up. I promise. You're best to get up early, get plenty of sleep, fast in the morning, eat your breakfast, whatever. But if you want to put more time into the charts, wake up, go to the gym at like 3 in the morning and do your exercise, your cardio, look at your London session, look where you might get an entry there, a couple points, and then you're done, right? Then you go about your day, and then you look at 7 to 11 o'clock. Okay, cool. Another chance for an entry. So what I realized is, and some days I've gotten up at 3 in the morning, I'll go to the gym, work out. I'll look to see where I want the chart to go. If it goes, my order's in by like 6 or 7 o'clock, my order's done and sold. But now it's 7 to 11. So your second opportunity to get into the market is there. So if you want to put a lot of time in the charts, I found that I've been most successful that way rather than being there at 7 and staying till close. I feel like it just chops you up. Again, just my opinion.
Dude, thank you so much. That's so clutch what you said right now. So clutch. And that resting is so real. I actually slept for once yesterday and it did pay off. Just one quick question, Master Friend.
Yo.
Those 2 trades you take a month, are they on the hourly, weekly, monthly, or is just that one setup for life? I'm curious.
Okay, so my trading plan is very simple. My trading plan is 7 to 11 a.m. Hunt for the one setup for life, the 2022 model. And at 1:30 to 3 p.m., I hunt for the silver bullet or the 2022 model. And that's a day trading plan. My weekly range trading plan is to stay up late for 1 day a week, which would be, Monday night for us. So Tuesday in London session, I'm looking for a standard deviation to engage with as long as Monday consolidates. And I'm looking for the high or the low for the week in London session, just like I was showing you guys in gold, how it was so nice, right? And then hold that till Thursday. So when I'm trading, what I'm wanting to do is catch the daily range of the candle. This is what I'm looking for every day, is the daily range. So every morning,
I'm sorry. I'm doing groceries right now. I don't mean to sound like a spoiled brat. Can somebody like write that down and put it in, in the Discord?
it's well, just think about it like this. We're at 309 and I don't know how long we're into this, but we're at 309 p.m. So this will be in the replay for you if you want to come back to it after. But basically, I want to catch the range of these daily candles. And more often than not, the bottom of the candle is going to be in New York or London session. So every time, if I'm bullish, which we just made a swing low in the daily, so I'm obviously bullish, right? Targeting highs. So I'm looking for price to open, find the low. I want to engage with this low here and then run out and find a high. Now it didn't run up there that day. So this one close opens, finds a low at the open of this candle, runs up, doesn't hit my target yet. So this candle opens and just leaves right out of the gate and took out that high there. So this is what I'm hunting for every single day. Way back here, let's go. So this one I took, and I don't like showing cherry pick setups. This one I took. And so when the price opens and I'm bullish, I'm looking for something to engage with below the opening price, because this is the manipulation phase. This is telling traders, and this is the same thing that happened today. This is telling traders that this is support, resistance. This is where they're short. All right. So I'm long here on this breaker block when it's time for price to run. So there's the stop hunt, there's the swing break, there's the retracement. Now it's time for price to run. Down close candle being supported by this down close candle right at 7 a.m. And then you got this, we broke this swing high here. So now now it's time for the SR flips to work. Okay. We run up there. That's an entry. And Jay, are you still here, bro? This goes in, this goes into pyramiding entries. This will just be the introduction level. Just an introduction to pyramiding. So after your stop hunt here, you got your equal lows stopped out. You got this swing high. That's no accident. That little bugger right there. That's no accident. Swing break, retracement, down close candles, supporting down close candles. That's an entry. Then it rips up, takes out this swing high here, right there, comes down, down close candle, inside of a down close candle. We got a propulsion block now. So now that's another entry. 5 contracts, 5 contracts. Now, when price rips up and takes out this breaker block, this should resist price, but it snapped to and through. So now we've got another entry. So 5 more contracts here. Okay, now we're aiming for this high here. So you're using your fibs to measure, are you at fair value? Yes, we are. We are perfectly at fair value for our third entry. This is where I stop entering. This is where I start peeling off contracts, is when we start hitting opposing swing highs. So I didn't start till right here, started taking contracts off, and I peeled. I was in for a lot, man. And as a matter of fact, this was another entry that I utilized because I seen it just blasting off. But after this one here, I start peeling contracts off all the way up. This was my last real banger trade right here that made, stupid amounts of money. And so yes. So I'm utilizing PD arrays, premium and discount arrays to engage with on the way up,
Can
right?
you go over the fib placement? I noticed that you placed it basically at the top of the London high and pulled it. So is that something you do every day?
Yes, absolutely. This is the manipulation phase of the daily candle. So I'm measuring, and I'll go this way actually, because I'll show you how awesome. Oh no, it is
Right. And what time was that manipulation about?
It was the 5 a.m. liquidity run, the 3 to 5
3
a.m.
o'clock in the
liquidity run.
morning.
Yeah. So this liquidity run here was the manipulation phase of the entire daily candle. So when this comes down, and this is the original move, I'm counter trading this when I wake up in the morning, and I'm looking for, okay, which way did we move first? Well, it did go up, but I'm bullish, right? We just made that swing low in the daily. There's no reason to counter trade. Oops. And so I am taking this manipulation phase right here. I'm going, okay, are we in a premium or in a discount? We're in a discount. So I'm looking for my setup. And now that it's time for price to run, now see, between 5 and 7 a.m., it does nothing. This is distortion. Time's just buying, price is just buying time at this point. So there's no reason to be engaging here. It's at 7 a.m. is when you want to start, looking for the setup. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, we're in a discount. That's an entry. Down close candle, supporting down close candle. This one here too, because this is the Matilda right there. Comes up, finds support at this hump here, which is a bullish breaker block. So entry 1, 2, 3, 4. And I utilized this one as well, because I seen that this was a stop on swing break retracement in itself, 786, and bottom.
So I got a question for you about that. So the initial entry, how do you enter that, or what's your thought process of entering that to get in before it gets away from you without rushing to get in? Because your entries are probably the most important thing in trading, is your entry levels.
No, I disagree with that.
You think so?
Yeah, finding out which direction price is likely to head it and where it's headed to, that's first and foremost.
Yes, I guess I would agree with that. Yeah.
And then you can worry about your entries later. You don't have to be perfect. As long as
like
you're
the first entry you got in, how'd you get that first entry?
So this right here dipped into liquidity. Right. Now this candle here closed above that candle there.
It did. Yeah.
So I'm utilizing this as a bullish order block. Okay, so, and if it leaves a fair value gap, that's even better. This is a unicorn fair value gap, when you have a fair value gap left after it leaves the order block. So this is entry 1.
Yeah, sometimes it takes off. What I meant to say is like that fair value gap. Sometimes I feel like that unicorn, it takes off, not allowing you to get entry. That's what I meant.
Sometimes it does. Yeah. Sometimes it does. But you just got to keep on keeping on, right? You want to see down close candles supporting down close candles. So the algorithm made a propulsion block here. So as it comes up and takes out this swing high, now you've got still a continuation of a uptrend.
All right. So propulsion block too. That was another thing I heard you talk about. Is that in the Mentor, the 2016 series, in an episode somewhere that people could watch as a refresher or something?
Month 4, episode 4 or 5.
All right.
Perfect. Yeah.
Got it memorized. There you go.
Yeah, I'm actually rewatching it for the third time now. I'm on month 8.
It's important that if you guys are serious about this, you need to watch the core content a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you watch it and then you trade and you're successful and you make that connection, it will help you greatly. You're only doing yourself a disservice by not watching it, really.
I preach it all the time. Like, watch the stuff, encourage yourself to learn more, but never steer away from your model.
Well, how do you know which? Because there's so many videos to watch. Like what?
All of them.
2016, the whole core content, every single one in 16.
Watch all of
2016.
them. Everything.
Gotcha.
Watch everything, bro.
Gotcha.
So as you can see, when it's time for price to run on the high probability days, you can see that down close candles support down close candles. This is the magic to what I do. It's really not that ambiguous at all. Oh, one more here. Once you start making new highs, you want to see down close candles supporting down close candles. So what I do is I enter in each trade its own trade. Okay, it might compile all the contracts together into one trade, but your stop losses will still be in relation to that individual trade. So what I mean by that is, and I'll use this as a visual. So you've got this here, and we use a 48 tick stop loss. So right there, right? And forget about the take profit. We're just looking at the stop losses here. So then when you enter in this trade here, you're still using a 48 tick stop loss. Now, the beauty about this is that if this comes back down, your top trade got stopped out, but guess what? Your initial trade is still in profits, we'll say. So then you've got this guy here as another means of an entry. We use that guy and a 48 tick stop loss, right? So now you're in for 15 contracts, just as an example, and close enough. Now, if this guy gets stopped out, these two positions are still in profit. So this is how you pyramid properly. So because we're still in fair value and we haven't left the range yet, and we're anticipating higher prices, this could also be used as another means of an entry. Well, that one didn't quite hit, but we can use that one there. 48 tick stop. And so if you piled in 5, 10, 15, 20 contracts, now if this one gets stopped out, it's 48 ticks. You still have 5, 10, 15 contracts in here still in profit. So, you know, it's just like you're, what is it called? Well, you've reduced the risk. You're in profits on this whole trade. So if you lose 48 ticks on this one here, it's no big deal. If your entire, because you still only want one stop, right? So the entire stop loss that you have for, or the stop loss that you have for the entire position is right here. So even though this 5 contracts lost these 48 ticks, you still have 15 contracts and all this profit. And so I went again on this guy here and went in on the 786 retracement. So now my 15 contracts that I had in, I only had 3, and this was my last entry here.
What trading platform are you using, by the way?
I just use TradingView, bro. I do use NinjaTrader, but I trade on that less. That's my big account.
Yeah, you can't trade like that on NinjaTrader.
I know.
It's a pain in the ass. I was hoping that you knew how.
When you are doing it all manually, you can trade like this on NinjaTrader. But because you and I have
is it the copying?
When you and I have templates that we use, like, you know, you have yours called something, I have mine called the money printer, and it's a template of what we want in the trade. It's already set, right? Yep. So you can't, you know, take a partial off. You can't do any of the cool stuff. But when you're just doing it all manually, you don't have a stop loss. You have to do it all by hand, so to speak, which is not good. I don't suggest ever trading without a stop.
Yeah, don't do that. So Quant Tower, you could do that with.
I'm not familiar with that program at all. I haven't used it.
Yeah, I just throwing it out there. So Quant Tower is the only one where you could trade multiple Rhythmic accounts under one trading platform at the same
That's
time.
so cool. That's so cool. So let's say, like, obviously that price action is not made yet, right? So let's say you were in this trade and you were targeting this high up here, right? So you knew that you were in a discount, and then we'll just eyeball it and say that this is around fair value, right? You've come back down into a discount from fair value, and you're like, okay, this is 786, it's getting respected. So I'm going to add in one more trade here. And that's exactly what I was doing when I did this. So you take the risk, but your risk on this specific trade is all in itself, right? So even though I'm moving my stop loss up here, right there, my 48 ticks, this entire 20 contract, it was 15 for me. I was just using this as an example, but we'll take away that guy here. These entire 15 contracts are all in profit. So if I lose 48 ticks on these 5 contracts, it's not a big deal. The entire position is heavily in profits, heavily secured. And as you can see, she was just a absolute monster and running out the liquidity there. So that's introductory to pyramiding. And we'll have, I've been really busy, bro. My apologies. We'll have our other sit down here, you know, it's today, Friday. You get the day off today, right on, bud?
Yeah.
What about tomorrow? Are you working?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Nope, I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. Okay, let's hang out tomorrow then.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bro.
Hey, friend, I had a
Is that Robbie?
yeah.
What's up, bro?
So that example that you just made about pyramiding, when it does hit the I guess the stop loss, at that point it will close out all the 20 contracts or 15 contracts, or would it just close the first 5 or whatever?
I personally, I do it so that it closes out the entire position.
Okay. Oh, so you have options.
Yeah, because if when you enter in each trade by itself, okay, so for example, okay, I enter in, where's the hell's my mouse? I enter in like this. So my first one will be like this, stop loss 40 ticks. So I'll buy. Okay. Now my stop loss is here, right? Now, if I want to enter in 5 more contracts, oops. And use the same stop, I just do this, bang, right? Another contract's in, and I have to change this to 2, and boom. And I'll just take that because it's my live account. And boom. So that's one way of doing it. Another way is to have a market order on 1. So you enter in on 1. Oh, I entered in 2. And then you can do it again where you enter in 2, and then you have your own stop loss here for that actual position. Okay, so you can do it both ways, but for me personally, if I see this low broken, I don't want to be in it at all because that's a market structure shift, right? So I could be adding, this is my first entry, then that would be my second entry, third entry here, and then, you know, you can decide whether you want to compile on all the contracts into one single trade, or if you want to have separate stop losses like I just showed you by making a brand new trade all by itself.
Okay, cool. I got you. My other question, and I don't know if this would make sense. So you enter, let's say 15, now you made that double top, and let's say you're thinking that it's gonna go down. Can you make that a short entry, even though you had the other ones as long?
No,
No, okay.
no, you can't hedge with this. If you're in a long position and you press sell, that will sell your contracts.
Okay.
Yeah, that will close. So if you've got 4 contracts in here and you just want to sell half the position and you're in a long, obviously you need to sell to exit, right? So you just sell however many you want to sell out of the position with just a click of a button. And same for buying. If you just want to add to the position, you just click the order placements up here, and then you can add to that position.
Okay, no problem. Thank
you. Yeah. You're very welcome, bro. You got paid to answer the question. I did. Yeah, JT, appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us, man. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. You know, don't get too many days off. I actually called out sick last night, so that's why I'm off this morning.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Friend, if you have multiple contracts and you hit the red button, how does it know which contract to take first?
It just kind of knows. It's weird like that. Totally.
Wow.
It just kind of knows.
So it goes from the bottom up, let's say, like from it leaves the most recent ones and takes from the ones farthest back.
I can't tell you indefinitely exactly how it works, but I just know that it works. The math works out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I do see this maybe coming down for these lows here. Looks like fair value gap here, 2022 model. So, you know, if it is, we want to see these. This is our breaker here. We want to see this hold and come up. But if we've got bearish order flow, she'll snap through here real nicely.
That thing closed the fair value gap to the T.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She balanced. You want to see a nice rush here. 330, bang. Friend's fault, leverage mastery addict, right on, bro. Yeah, out of pimp system, that's for sure. And you know, here's the thing, and this is, I kind of got this idea from ICT, you know, like I'm not withholding any information that you don't need in the leverage mastery system, but there's certain levels to it, and the original class is just totally entry level. There are 5 different levels to that system. So if somebody was to try and copy it, they have no idea how to take it to the next level. Okay. And I did it. I doubled my futures account in front of all you guys in 2 weeks or whatever it was, with 100% success rate. Okay. Live in front of the entire group, posting every trade. And so can he do that? I guarantee you he can't do it. And even if he does master the introductory level to that system, he has no idea how to take it to the next level. So, you know, if he wants to go on trading wars with me, that would be freaking hilarious.
So when are you offering level 2, 3, 4, and 5 of your training?
I kind of introduce it gradually into the group as we, you know, progress. And I'll be honest with you, man, those that are doing the hard work graduate on their own, right? People be like, why do I need to be in a trade at midnight New York time? when I could just literally buy the bottom. I'm like, boom, you just hit level 2 and you didn't need me.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but there are things that I do introduce along the way. I don't want to give too much or cause too much incitement into you know, into the new guys and stuff like that. But we just kind of level up as it goes. And there we go.
Takes time. It
Targets are
takes
hit.
time. You can't get it all at once anyway. And that short seemed to pay off quite a bit at this point.
Yeah. Send it.
I
So
mean,
let's go to the 1 hour time frame and figure out where this sucker's trying to go. So there's the fair value gap. It just filled there. And here's a bullish order block right here. So now that we're in this sucker, let's see, do we snap right through it? One nice clean pass is a balanced range, or does it get rejected from this order block right here? And we can use the wicks as well, right?
I mean, I'm sure that's just a coincidence, that level right there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at that. That's the kind of stuff that he's teaching here. So that should be all the push you need, because we're literally just sitting here bullshitting. I looked at the chart. I said, oh, the fair value gap. And I entered a trade at 15,926.25.
Nice.
And price went to 96.75, right? So
Nice. I'm punching the air right now. Are you okay, Aki? What do you got for us, bro? Oh, wrong button. Nice. Ninja. Vanish.
there it is, you know. And we closed it for 49 points.
That is sick. Right on.
Yeah, it was over $1,000 right there. I'm trading 10 accounts, so that was per account.
That's so cool. I've been dude, man, I've got like probably 7 accounts now, and I find myself in the morning like cluster, you know, and I'm like, which account do I trade today? Like,
Yeah,
it's
good to alternate them because shit happens, you know.
Yeah. So I do have my swing accounts, I have my scalp accounts, I have my daily range accounts, and then like I got freaking 5 more accounts that I don't know what to do with.
So I group them per prop firm. So I have like 6 prop firms. So each, for the most part, that I group them together, like Apex, Nuances, Take Profit, Top Step,
Holy.
and My Funded Futures, which is a new good up and coming one. Take Profit Trader is probably my favorite, just because of withdrawals.
Yeah, for sure.
So, which is important for the newer people in here. Withdrawals are important. You know, if you make all this money and you don't have the discipline not to lose it over the next 2 weeks, Apex, for example, from the time that you get your account past the eval, the first withdrawal I took out, I think it was like almost a month from when I was live because of their rules.
Yeah.
And all those prop firms, do you have to pay monthly fees?
It depends. Are you talking about when you're funded?
Yeah, once you're funded, do you have to pay every month?
You
Or
could
is it
do
just
you could do a one-time payment, or you could pay every month. The every month fee for Apex, for example, I think is $80, $100, or it's $150 for life.
Yeah. See, I really like Apex because they give me the buying power that I'm really comfortable with for pyramiding. But I don't like
sucks, dude.
I don't like their withdrawal rules. I don't like their drawdown rule. But you know, I still love being able to use 30 contracts like that. That's my favorite. When I see like that setup that I just showed you that I took last Friday or the Friday before, whatever it was, I would never been able to do that with Top Step or Take Profit. I would never be able to create the amount of, you know, profits off of that big expansion with 15 contracts. And
you can, just not with one account.
Yeah, well, yeah. But then if I'm wrong and I blow it, you know, I'm blowing freaking multiple accounts at once, and that's not cool.
Why would Funded Trader Plus, is it better than Top Step or just the same?
Funded Trader Plus is the shiz night, bro. Like nobody beats them. Nobody beats them.
Who is
You
that?
got Funded Trading Plus. It's for Forex.
Oh yeah, I don't touch that Forex stuff. Too much manipulation. The spread's too big.
It depends on the time of day, right?
Yeah.
And it's only at this terrible times of day, like Asia and right at New York close. If you're running London and New York open, you got practically virtually no spread at all. It's like 2 pips maybe. But as soon as 4:45 p.m. rolls around, boom, it's like 30 pips, and they're just trying to wick you out.
You don't think that futures is easier to make money in?
I can't hold overnight with futures.
Yeah, right. You can if you're self-funded.
You can, but you got to pay a hefty fee
For self-funded?
Yeah, you got to pay overnight fees.
Huh.
But with Forex, it's a very small fee, and I can catch the weekly or the monthly range, which is, what I'm pretty damn good at.
Yeah, I understand it for that reason.
Yeah, so not only that, you don't have a monthly fee, you don't have a activation fee. You can take your money out whenever you feel like it. The drawdown is way more. The profit target is about the same. There's just so many things about Funded Trading Plus that are top rank that I can't wait until a futures prop firm finally hops on board and gets with the freaking program. And I mean, Take Profit's pretty much there.
So Take Profit, you'd say, is second to FTP?
Yeah, FTP is not futures though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Take Profit is probably a good one to start out with.
Yep.
Yeah. Agreed.
You could have 3 of them.
What do you mean?
You could have
can
3
have three
accounts.
accounts. Yeah.
What would be the benefit? I know it's super newbie question, but what would be the benefit of having 3 accounts?
Well, I just traded one trade, right? And I made $1,000 on it, but it's linked to 9 others, right? So I made 10 grand.
Oh, so you could link those 3 accounts together?
Yep.
Oh, wow. And then you have to pay, and you don't have to pay a monthly fee, just a one-time fee?
So you pay a subscription until you get funded. And then once you get funded with Take Profit Trader, there's 2 levels to it. But when you make $5,000, you don't have to pay anything basically.
Oh,
But
so
you could take out like in the morning session, say you make like 2 grand, you could request a withdrawal in the morning. In the afternoon session, you make another 2 grand. You could request it in the afternoon. You'll get it same day or next day.
you like that? You like that better than Top Step?
Yeah, because Top Step, they got weird rules. It's basically the same thing. So all these things, all these firms are competing against each other, right? The last 2 or 3 months, the deals have gotten really good because now there's competition in the space for your money. So each firm is trying to one up the other. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's why Apex just another 90% off sale. But honestly, if you're a new trader, anything with trailing drawdown, you shouldn't get.
So then you're kind of suggesting Top Step or this Funded Trader.
Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures, and then Top Step.
Okay. I'll try to remember that. I'm driving right now. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's just a good conversation. I wanted to get a little insight on it.
You guys can probably mention it in the chat. That way we can take notes for later.
Well, Fred, where do you guys all hang out? In what Discord? Do you have a Discord channel somewhere? Or the lifers?
Yeah, we have a Discord.
Yeah, so stuff like that, you guys can make some like subdivisions in there, and then like prop firms, like promos, like whatever. People could post charts, like, so it's all there. You can look at it whenever.
I think there's also a channel in the current Discord that maybe could become a place for resources, maybe. It's just a possibility.
Yeah, I'd find that super helpful, especially anybody new trying to, figure out what prop firm to get started with.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, because in a way we're kind of rounding the corner with the first generation of students. And so now those kinds of questions, maybe that resource channel might become beneficial. His friend's still here?
I think he stepped away for a sec.
Man, there's
So,
got to
Jay-
be like an AA section of this for trading, man.
My name's Jesse. I have a problem.
My name's Fit. I can't stop trading.
Oh,
So JT, where are you from? Friends Twitter group?
Yes, I'm in there.
Okay, right on.
Okay, was that JT who mentioned the three prop firms? One of them was Take Profit Trader. I'm sorry, what were the other two?
So take profit. This is my preference. So these three are end of day trailing, and I think they have the best rules and payout structure. So take profit trader is one. My funded futures, which is they're kind of a newer firm, but they're competing with all these other firms. So they're like same level as take profit trader. And then the third one is Top Step, which Top Step up until a couple months ago, they kind of sucked, but they've been around for like 13 years, but their rules were garbage. But now to be competitive, they revamped their system, and then they have very good marketing. So they also have Top Step TV, so they draw a huge crowd, right? And then you have Apex and Buellanox, which are good because they'll allow you to copy trade a lot of accounts. But I'm going to tell you right now from experience, don't even bother with that, because all you're doing is exacerbating your losses unless you're really good.
Okay.
So forget about copy trading. And it's also a trailing drawdown, which is obnoxious because you could end every day in profit and you can still blow your account. Because if you have you can't trade the way he's explaining you to trade, because if you enter a contract, say the contract runs up $500, but you close it at $300 in profit, you're $300 in profit, but you're a $200 loss. So that loss counts against your trailing drawdown.
Okay.
So that was my funded futures. What was the other one?
Take profit trader, my funded futures, and Top Step.
All right.
Louis put it in the chat. Thanks, Louis.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm driving. I'm trying to pull over and like write down.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, this is going to be recorded too.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
One step at a time.
Okay, I got to bounce out again. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, JT, for that insight.
No problem, man. Glad I can help.
See you, Jesse.
Later, Jess.
Hello, Jesse. Be safe.
Oh, he's happy. He's ready to go. That's right on. So it looks like we're coming down to grab this liquidity here and get a nice push poo for the last little bit of the day. So, you know, I don't want to brag too much, but we called every turn in the market today on a permitted trading day where the candlesticks make sense. And this is exactly what we live for right here. This is it. The days that price action is going to do what you want it to do when it's supposed to do it. And this is what we're patient for. This is what we wait for. And
Right, can you just talk about I know you've mentioned it a bunch of times, but price supported by down close candles, time frames that you would look for that on, doesn't matter.
I have a screen here where I watch the 1, 2, 3, and 4 minute all at once. Okay. And then I got another screen where there's 3. I don't have it active right now because I've been watching gold futures. But I got daily here on this side. And then I have the 15-minute and the 4-hour on this side. And I watch those all simultaneously. And I just want to see, like you said, candles supporting candles when it's time, or candles resisting candles when it's time.
Do you use the wicks or is it only bodies?
Both.
Okay.
It's really, when you're measuring order blocks, it's really about the halfway point. So once this candle closed beneath, and I think this was the 15-minute. No, 1 hour. Yeah, that was that 1 hour fair value gap. So in 9 minutes, I want to see this sucker close beneath half of this. If we close beneath half of this fair value gap, that shows us strength in bearish order flow. Even if we do get a retracement, it will most likely be met with violence and snap through this order block. So I look at this bullish order block and I measure half of it. Okay. So this is how we measure relative strength in order flow. When this candle comes down here, does it get respected by half, or does it close just below half? And you can do this with volume imbalances in the daily and above, and also your new week opening gaps. You can actually separate them into quadrants. So you've got 4 sections, and then you go into your 1 minute time frame. And if you keep closing candles, say you were bearish, if you keep closing candles beneath the quarter, then you're probably coming to half. If you close beyond half, then you're probably coming to the 3/4. If you close below 3/4, you're probably coming to wick into here. And then when you close, and then when that happens, you want to see either a sharp push down or a sharp rejection.
Got it. And for your trading view, how do you set up that the colored box with the 50% mark in it already?
This guy here?
Yeah.
It's just right here, middle line.
Oh, no shit. You know, I've been drawing a dotted line in between all my boxes.
I was too until a couple weeks ago, and I found that. I was like, dude.
I was doing that for the longest until like maybe 2 days ago when you showed us that. I would pull up that box and then pull a fib and measure out the box to the middle and all of that stuff.
And I was just guessing. And that's another point, friend. You know what I mean? We can't be scared to press buttons and just go full discovery mode on these things.
Yeah, that's exactly what demos are for. So we closed beneath that 1 hour fair value gap in the 15-minute time frame, I think. And look at how we found support here. We'll come for this fair value gap in this order block here, most likely, because there's liquidity from people chasing that sucker. And then maybe we get one more violent push down for the last hour, our Hail Mary of the day. But it's Friday. No promises. But yeah, what a great day. What a great day.
It was for Friday.
Yeah. And Fridays are really good when we've got unemployment claims Thursday. Otherwise, I am staying out of the market. Oh, and what I wanted to show you was before we end this session today was GCZ 2023. So this is the TGIF setup. Okay. And for those of you that were asking about what are the rules for a TGIF setup, you are taking your Monday low and anchoring your fib there on the wick. And then you are going to the Friday high. If Friday didn't make a Judas swing right here, we'd be using Thursday's high. But because Friday made a high here, we want to see after the displacement leg, which was right during Jay's favorite time to trade, the 3 to 5 a.m. liquidity run right here, bang. Oh, it's a little later, but this displacement leg here that took out this swing low here, and we're in the 5 minute, we can drop into the 1 minute here. It was actually right here. So this displacement leg, so our Judas swing here, and then we got a snap down here, taking out this double bottom. That's our market structure shift. And if you weren't convinced there, you've got another one here. So between 3 and 5 a.m., you start, well, I guess that was liquidity run to the upside, I guess, but there's your market structure shift there. And there's another one here if that wasn't convincing enough. And then look at this. Okay, so we are anticipating a pullback to the 20 and 30% range of the entire week expansion. And this is algorithmic. When you've got a nice expansion Monday through Thursday, Tuesday can be the low of the week. It doesn't have to be. It can also be the higher low of the week for our type 2 weekly bullish profile. And so once you have a nice expansion, you're measuring the entire weekly range and you are anticipating price to come back to 20 or 30% to make a wick in the weekly candle. So what we are looking for is our money printer model in the top of the range. So once you've got your displacement leg here and you're waking up right here, bang. As soon as you wake up, there's your entry right there. You've got your accumulation range. Took out one side, ran for the other, came right down to 20 to 30% in the middle. This is what we're targeting here. And then, of course, you leave your runner just in case it gets animated because it can come down to fair value. So that is the TGIF setup. Those are the rules. You have to have a nice, strong trending week. Thursday making the high of the week. And you'll see me often on Thursday. I will always say, do we respect the 618, 786 retracement here and then come down, or do we make the Judas swing and then the money printer model? This is exactly what we're looking for the TGIF setup. And as you can see, gold futures made a beautiful move. I actually shorted in here this morning on this breaker, caught a nice little move just to test it out. And I really like the movement of gold futures. So you'll be seeing more charts on these at a later time.
Well, don't threaten us with a good time.
Yeah. So we've come into that fair value gap. So I would like to see price snap down. That's what I'd like to see. If we start closing above half of this fair value gap in the
Ryan, when you pull that fib for the week, were you doing candle bodies?
wicks, the entire range.
Got it.
So you can actually, kind of cheat and just go to the weekly candlestick itself. Like say this was the weekly candlestick, right? You can just go like that. And then drop into your lower time frames. So this one will be posted to my YouTube, and this is going to be a public one for all of those that want to join and maybe second guessing if they want to take the plunge or not. And what a beautiful session. Thank you for all of your inputs. Thank you for sharing your story and all your questions. It's been a beautiful, beautiful Friday. Thank you all. We'll see you this weekend. And I actually got a session coming up here for the Leverage Mastery in 1 hour. And thank you very much, you guys. Have a great weekend. I love you all. God bless you. And we'll see you again very soon.
All right, brother. Have a good weekend, man. Thanks again.
Good night, brother. Peace out. You're welcome. You're very welcome.